San Antonio Spurs looking to get off to their first ever 5-0 start to the season in franchise history. Wemby and the Spurs take the court tonight inside the Frost Bank Center against the Miami Heat. Tip-off set for 7:30. Thursday Night Football is on San Antonio Sports Star. The Ravens will take on the Miami Dolphins in Miami. Quarterback Lamar Jackson is returning from a hamstring strain. He will play for the first time since September 28th. We'll get you started at 6:30.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Well, howdy and hello, everybody. What a great Thursday it is. Here in San Antonio, the weather is absolutely beautiful, and not to mention the fact it is another huge sports day, and I love it. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix.
Howdy. Watching SportsCenter on at campus with Matt Berry right now. Great job by UTSA.
Yes.
They got their first win of the day. And hopefully that leads to a bigger win tonight in the Alamodome as the Roadrunners play host to a really good Tulane team.
Well, I tell you what, today, I don't know how many times Matt Berry and everybody else said this is the biggest crowd they've ever had doing something like this. So props to everybody at UTSA. Well done. Good job, and I hope that carries over to tonight.
Absolutely. One of the interesting things is, I mean, they've got a barbecue spread out there from County Line.
Yeah.
I haven't been to County Line barbecue in forever.
I
haven't even thought about County Line in forever. But that beef rib that they were eating looked really damn good.
Well, I did. I mean, it all looked good. Everything. They had mac and cheese looked good. The peach cobbler looked good. It all looked good.
It all looked good. Although you could tell that Matt Berry has spent too much time in Connecticut. Now, I know Matt is a Phoenix area guy. He went to Arizona State. And I know they know how to eat barbecue in Tempe. But he was trying a fork and a knife and was worried about his hands being dirty. I mean,
because you can't get the microphone dirty. I mean, because it gets all sticky, and he's got to use that thing for the rest because they ain't barbecue.
They can wipe that off.
I guess.
I mean, they could wipe that off. But even then, I mean, he grabbed that beef rib and was trying to figure out how do I eat this, and then he was like, "The hell with it, I'll go Fred Flintstone." No, that's how you do it. Well, you don't eat a beef rib with a fork and a knife.
No, he was going to eat the brisket with that. But Barry worked in Dallas for a while.
Yeah,
one of the affiliates there in Dallas. I remember him at Cowboys camp. So. Props to him. Yeah. He's done well at ESPN. Good for him.
Good stuff. It's going to be fun tonight. Spurs play tonight. They try to go 5-0 on the season. We'll talk about that coming up in a bit. You got a big Thursday night game, a game you can listen to here on 94.1, brought to you by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. The Ravens, a 7.5-point favorite over the Dolphins.
Sounds easy, doesn't it?
It's almost too easy.
Sounds easy. Ravens, they're going to kill them tonight. Miami sucks.
Yeah.
Sounds too easy to me.
Yeah.
Remember the last time that happened? Didn't work out too well.
It didn't. But Lamar Jackson is back.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson is back.
Well, just because Lamar's back, they need to feed Derrick Henry like a bazillion times. Miami can't stop anybody.
I'm down for that.
On the run.
He's on my fantasy team. I'm down for Derrick Henry getting 48 touches tonight and 3 touchdowns.
He really should. So yeah. I just don't know. That game scares me. It looks too easy. It looks like Baltimore all over the place to cover that spread by a lot. But every time I think that, it goes the other way.
See, Guillermo says we win him by 21 tonight, guaranteed.
Yeah, what's the guarantee if you don't, Guillermo? I want to know.
I'm telling you, based on that, dude, my pick is in. Taking the Ravens tonight.
I just want to know what the guarantee is. If they don't cover the spread, what's Guillermo going to do for us?
Well, same thing for you with your lock of the week last week.
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
I'm kind of leaning towards Pittsburgh again this week.
Are you?
I am. A little bit.
I don't think so. Not this week.
Dude.
Not this week.
Let me explain something to you, Minix, about the NFL.
Hold on. Now you're having a love for Aaron Rodgers.
No, I'm not. It's all about right here in the old noggin.
Your old noggin.
Let me talk. See,
Slippage.
Indianapolis has only lost one game this year.
Yep.
They're not going to win out.
Well, no, they're not.
They're not.
They're not.
They're not going to win out, and this week they're going to lose.
You think they're going to lose?
They're going to lose this week.
The Steelers taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
Yes.
In Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Now, what's that line, like 3? But you were giving me crap a couple of weeks ago when I picked Pittsburgh like 2 weeks in a row because I had this love for Aaron Rodgers, which I don't, right?
I just have to believe that Mike Tomlin's going to do something with that defense.
Yeah, I mean, it's only been 7 years since he won a playoff game.
Well, this is all true.
I'm really not sure what has changed other than our cold front has come in, and it has really affected one Joe Reinagel. I mean, Joe Reinagel all of a sudden saying, man, you got to go with Aaron Rodgers on this. Now, earlier today, we were testing some new remote equipment. So our engineers said, hey, guys, just come in here and have a conversation. Just talk down to the microphone. James Pledger saw an opportunity to hit record on something he shouldn't have been recording. But what he got was...
I really don't know why the Cowboys traded Micah Parsons, the guy's defensive player of the month. He's just incredible. I told you they shouldn't have traded Parsons.
No, I mean, that has never been said between 2 and 6 on the air, and quite frankly, never said off the air.
And it never will be.
Well, what was that? I mean, that was not AI voice. That was you.
That was supposed to be between us.
Well,
and that I was just making conversation because we were supposed to talk like we were on the air.
Just making conversation like we were on the air, like you would never say that on the air.
Well,
but maybe you got a little seller's remorse.
No, let me say this for the record. That was a hell of a move by the Dallas Cowboys.
Really?
They're going. Yes, for the future it is. God, please tell me that you honestly can sit here and tell me that this Cowboys defense would be fixed if Micah Parsons was still there.
No, it wasn't fixed when he was there,
exactly.
But it wasn't this broken. It's kind of like that cable that I have right now. I know it needs to be replaced, but right now it's not completely dead. It's just intermittently bad,
dude,
right?
That's the best thing that ever happened to them, and now they just need to trade George Pickens, get another high draft pick, and start to rebuild this team, rebuild the defense. That's what they need to do, and that's the best thing that ever happened to them. They keep Micah Parsons, they're done for 4 or 5 years and not be able to do anything. So it was the right thing to do, Jerry. You did the right thing. Now continue to do the right things. Pickens is gone.
Wait,
get rid of him.
Pickens is gone?
Well, he will be.
Oh.
You're not going to have him next year.
Well, maybe.
Nah.
Maybe.
Not going to happen.
Trade deadline is Tuesday. If somebody offers something good for Jerry, since he's already gone, might as well get something in return besides a compensatory pick.
I agree. So somebody offers you a second-round pick, do it. Do it. George Pickens is going to get
a lot
of money from somebody, and it ain't going to be from the Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, you never know.
No, I do know.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's possible.
Ain't happening.
Might happen. Might happen.
Yeah, okay.
It's so funny. Everybody makes fun of the cowboy talk, yet every show does it. Did you hear the NBA crew last night on ESPN?
I did.
Making fun of their new bosses.
This is our second week on ESPN.
Yes.
And we still haven't talked about the Cowboys. Isn't that amazing?
Cowboys. They have a contractually obligated to talk about the Cowboys every day, even though their defense can't stop a bloody nose.
Stay off my team.
What?
Stay off the Cowboys. How did we get to the Cowboys? That's my team.
No, that's a listen. Stop people from scoring.
Stay off my team.
Don't trade your best defensive player that whine about can't stop anybody.
Those Cowboys.
Come on.
Well, somebody finally gave him a memo. He said, hey, look, we are contractually
How do we talk about
obligated.
the Cowboys without talking about the Cowboys? And somewhere Jerry is smiling.
Absolutely, he's smiling. That's pretty cool, though.
Although, did you see that damn article? The oil and gas, $100 billion on the table right now. That's why I'm talking to you and not trying to fix my bad defense. Dude, you got jokes. That's not the right thing to say.
That was a joke. If I just made $100 billion, I'd be joking, too. I'd be doing a lot of things.
But in all seriousness, I mean, you could joke about it. people that hate you are just, that's another reason to hate. But all you're telling us is you're right. $100 billion requires a lot of focus. Running an NFL franchise requires a lot of focus. You can't do both. You can't. Go be like every other NFL owner and go make your $100 billion in oil and gas and pay somebody to run the NFL team. And I know he's got guys that do it. The Will McClays of the world in the football operating staff. But maybe oil and gas has grown so much that you can't run a football team and have that side business. I don't know. I was just madder than hell when I saw that.
Well, Jerry's been doing it for a long time.
Not for $100 billion.
Well, $100. God, can you imagine making $100 billion?
No,
dude.
I'd like to make $100 million.
Yeah,
I'd like to make $8 million. In a year. Let's do that.
Yeah, I totally agree. Look, Jerry was just joking around. Do you honestly believe Jerry gives a damn what you or I or anybody else thinks?
No,
he could care less. So Jerry's going to continue to do what he does. And all the Cowboy fans that whine about Jerry Jones, I don't know why you do it. He's not going anywhere until he's 6 feet under. So just get used to it. This is the way it's going to be.
Get used to it. We've been used to it.
Jerry this and Jerry that, and it's his fault. And that.
Do you think I'm an idiot?
Jerry's doing just fine. Just fine,
yeah,
Jerry.
But his football team is not. Well,
I don't know why everybody's wanting. He's a game below 500. Yeah, you're right there. Still a long season to go.
Have you seen the upcoming schedule?
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Have you seen the upcoming schedule?
Stranger things have happened. You still got to get out there and play on the field.
Have you seen the play on the field? And look, you're only as good as your last game. And that last game was a pile of dog poop.
We got soft in the D gap.
Yeah. A soft, mushy dog poop.
That was bad.
That was bad.
But Shoddy said there's going to be some drastic changes. Drastic changes.
Try to shove it up their ass.
That's right, Shoddy. You tell them, buddy.
I mean, that's one approach.
It is one approach.
It could be effective.
It could be. I mean, be hard to walk.
Harder to run.
Yes, that too.
I mean, you could penguin walk into the end zone. Defense couldn't stop that either.
On a brighter note.
Is that apple still here? What the hell is that apple still doing?
I have no idea. I guess it's going to stay there until A&M loses. According to they're off this week, aren't they?
Yeah.
They have a bye week, so I guess it's going to stay there for a long time. I have to say,
what?
Last night, as I'm watching the baseball game, has to be one of the best pitching performances I've ever seen from the kid for the Blue Jays, Trey Savage, whatever, Ty Savage.
Started the year in single A.
Single A ball.
What a journey.
That was a masterful performance pitching against a team that has some sticks. This kid was incredible last night, and I tell you what, the Blue Jays now on the verge of winning this thing. Obviously, there's a long way to go, but my goodness, I love individual performances like that, and that kid was just on fire last night.
I mean, think about, he started in single A. And
yeah, it's incredible.
And I don't know how many people are at a single A baseball game. Even if in his wildest dream, could he have thought by the end of this season, I'll be pitching in the World Series and beating the Dodgers in Los Angeles in front of all the celebrities and that high-priced lineup?
Not only that, he's their best pitcher.
Yeah.
That was his second game. The Dodgers have seen him once before. He's beaten them twice. So, I mean, this kid is something else. I tell you what, but last night was just masterful. Just masterful. A great pitching performance by that kid. And again, I want the Blue Jays to win for my wallet, but I really don't have a dog in the hunt. And I think
there's a hate for the Dodgers that most of us share.
Well, there is, but it was phenomenal last night. So I just had to say that. Kid deserves a lot of credit. Back to Canada A.
Mack Brown will join us in about 20 minutes before we get into bad language impersonations or whatever the hell you're about to do.
Looking forward to Mack Brown at 2:30-ish, 2:35 or so. He's going to join us. That's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait for that. And again, Stephen Jones will join us at 4:30 this afternoon as well, like he always does. on Thursday, so it's going to be a lot of fun. When we come back, though, the Spurs have a chance to set a franchise record tonight. We're talking Spurs basketball, and it's Victor Wembanyama having the greatest start to a season that we have ever seen. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And speaking of Wemby, he's in action tonight. So you got to download the Underdog app and start playing the Pick'em game because it's NBA time, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action, make your picks, and win money right now in Texas. And it's easy. Higher or lower on predicted stats. It's Wemby. Always look at where they have blocks, and likely you're going to want to go higher. Points, rebounds. Think about what Steph Castle's got. And it's just fun. Get all your picks right. You could win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app. Use promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage hosting the Arizona Cardinals for Monday Night Football. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Okay, some good news during a challenging time for everybody, and this could really help. You may know hundreds of thousands of people have already made the switch to MediShare, which is the affordable alternative to health insurance. And with so many people looking at how they're paying for healthcare right now, seeing premiums going up and the cost of healthcare, MediShare has a special offer, and a lot of people are taking advantage of it. Just apply by October 31st, and they'll waive your new member fee. You're saving $100 right off the bat. That's just the start. Obviously, the typical family saves up to $500 a month after making the switch. And MediShare is a Christian community that's shared more than $9 billion in medical bills over the years. It's worked beautifully for decades. I'll give you the number here in a second. If you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Just tell them the promo code SHARE to get your additional savings too. Here it is. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling.
I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1783. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1783. That's 800-575-1783. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's a Friday, yay! Thursday night football last night. How'd Lamar look? And we got a big weekend of foots ahead.
Did the Green Wave crush the Roadrunners? And how about the Spurs and the Heat? Weekend hadn't already begun. We got stuff to talk about. Get here early. Party's at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Jason, I'm confused. You got to help me out here.
All right.
I thought today was Thursday.
It is.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I just heard that promo and it said we had Thursday night football last night. So was last night Thursday or is tonight Thursday?
Tonight's Thursday.
Tonight is.
They still, I mean, AJ's
I'm
Radio
confused.
Pro has been doing that over a year. It's promoting tomorrow's show, but he thinks, look, that promo is accurate from midnight to 6 a.m.
Okay. Well, maybe that's what's important.
I got nothing.
I'm just curious. I was confused. I'm like, what day is it? Who is this? Where are we? What's happening?
Uh-huh.
I must have missed a hell of a football game last night.
Well, you know, Ravens favored by 7.5.
I know.
Not really.
I know. I'm just saying.
To be fair, I'm not even sure what show they think they do because it did say, I just edited it out, on the Blitz.
Really?
Wait.
Well, they wish.
They said that? Or the shell, if you will, said that?
Nope.
Well, let's hear that again. Let's hear that again. I mean, granted, they do that in the middle of their nap time. But so Mack Brown's going to join us in a little more than 10 minutes.
I'm looking forward to talking to Coach Brown. That'll be a lot of fun. He's going to be in town.
Yep.
Was it next week?
Next Wednesday at the San Antonio Quarterback Club. And apparently such great interest, they've moved locations yet again. It's going to be over at Sonterra now, so that big ballroom. So if you want to go see Mack Brown, you'll have your opportunity. I'll get you the details on where you can buy tickets. I want to say saqbclub.com, but I want to look that up before I'm 100% sure.
Okay, cool. Well, looking forward to talking to him, so keep that in mind. About 10 minutes from now or so, give or take, we will talk with Coach Mack Brown. That's coming up. The Spurs have an opportunity to do something tonight, Jason, that they've never done in franchise history.
Okay.
That's start a season 5-0.
Which is just crazy. I'm as dumbfounded hearing that as Wemby was. Now, you look at, well, I don't know, 50 years of history. You've never tripped into a 5-0 start before? You know, I mean, Pop, record number of wins, never started 5-0. I'm just kind of blown away by that. And like what Jeff Traylor told us yesterday, hell, they didn't lose in the preseason. They're like 9-0.
They're 9-0. Well, they're 8-0, right? How many games? Yeah, 9-0.
Yeah,
You're right.
9-0. Simple math, sir.
I don't know how many games. Who gives a damn how many games they played in the preseason?
Well, we talked about it. They went 5-0 in the preseason.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
and now they're 4-0.
Hopefully they can get it done tonight. Look, I think this is their biggest test of the season, though, all truth be told. Miami,
we said that about Toronto.
Yeah, but Toronto.
Well, no, we said that about Toronto.
Well, it was. They passed that test, so this is a bigger test than Toronto.
Okay.
Certainly a better coach. I mean, he may be the best coach in the NBA. Steve Kerr might have a word about that. But look, Miami's good. They're a veteran club, and this is going to be a test for the Spurs. And I hope they pass this one as well.
You know, Miami's coming in at 3-1 on the year. What I find interesting And I don't know the correlation, but last night at the Frostbank Center, there was the NBA Youngboy concert, and apparently, according to Ira Wonderman, who is a beat writer for the Miami Heat, he tweeted out, for the third time this season, they have played 4 games. The Heat are playing in an arena the night after an NBA Youngboy concert, and it smells the same as the first 2. Locker rooms literally are closed here in San Antonio with signs that they are being disinfected. Now, that was tweeted out when they were there for a shoot-around. So if you were at the NBA Youngboy concert last night, or you play for the Miami Heat, maybe a little bit of contact high.
Could be.
You know, if they're a little sluggish at the start, just blame the fumes.
Well, I think if you were at the concert last night, it's probably not a contact high. It's probably because you were high.
Well, that's a possibility.
I would imagine that's what that is. But now, look, don't entertainers have their own room in the Frostbank Center? They have to go in locker rooms. Well, I mean, was it that bad that it was it just kind of floated into every room in the building?
Some entertainers, some of the bigger stars, actually do get the team locker room, especially the visitor locker room.
Well, that's so tiny.
Well, how big do you think the other rooms are?
They need a dressing room.
Well, I mean, they've got, you know, there's only so many rooms with showers. So here you are in the locker room. You know, they can roll in a couch, they can roll in a table with all the munchies on it, and you're good to go. It's a visitor locker room. It wouldn't surprise me at all if that's where it was, and that's for the star. Like, you think about some of the bands that roll in. You know, Paul McCartney didn't have to share a room with the guy that plays saxophone or the guy playing the bass. You know, bass player probably gets the small hall closet that also has a mop bucket in it. But the star,
that's where bass players belong, isn't it?
The star gets the big room with the toilet and a shower.
Well, I agree, but I'm just saying that visitor's locker room is about a closet. It's about as big as a studio.
Which, again, if you're a rapper, that's all. Can you throw a couch in there? I got a place to chill.
I suppose
warm up,
so. Yeah,
and
light one up.
Exactly.
This guy, I'm just curious, and you know, you guys know, I don't know who this guy is. I guess the NBA's okay with him taking the NBA young boy. Does he work for the NBA? I'm asking sincerely. I didn't. Is that NBA? Or does that mean something else besides National Basketball Association?
Let's see. Young boy never broke again. NBA. Never broke again.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
I like that.
Props to him. I like that. That is good. Props to him. Now, see, that's creative.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Never broke. Although this is called Young Boy NBA as opposed to NBA Young Boy.
Okay. It makes sense. Young boy never broke again.
Or does he just go by Young Boy?
I don't know. We're all looking at Pledge like he's supposed to know this.
Well, see, now, when you Wikipedia, it does say what was NBA Youngboy sentenced to. He was NBA Youngboy's real name, Kentrell Golden, was sentenced to 23 months in prison and 5 years as supervised release for federal gun charges. Also received a $200,000 fine. Separate probation for related drug charges in Utah.
Wow.
The Trump administration pardoned him, which may have impacted the terms of his probation. So, federal fine of $200,000, and he's still not broke. Good for him.
Good for him.
He's doing well.
And I just
never broke again. I like that.
I do too. And I saw some video. It looked like there was a really good crowd at the Frostbank Center.
If you're playing Frostbank Center, you're there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
so props to him.
NBA has nothing to do with basketball. Never broke again.
Okay.
That's all. That should be all of our goals in life. Never broke again.
It should be.
Yes.
It's a daily occurrence for me, though.
Yes.
You know, I have to work on it. It really is.
Yeah.
Never broke
He's
again.
playing at the American Airlines Center tonight. Where's Miami Heat play next?
Yeah, play the Mavs.
Because Saturday night he's in Oklahoma City before he gets to Anaheim at next Wednesday.
Well, that could very well be a road trip for them.
I know he won't be. I know the Heat won't play in Anaheim, but do they got Dallas next? Are they?
No.
You know, they just came back from Houston. Are they doing the Texas Triangle?
No. They got the Lakers next.
Yeah.
on Sunday.
They're going to be in Los Angeles.
Then the Clippers.
Right. And then the Clippers. So back-to-back games in Los Angeles against two different teams.
Mm-hmm.
But, look, Miami's going to be a tough test for this team. It really is going to be very difficult for this team. So, Mack Brown, former head coach of the Texas Longhorns and the North Carolina Tar Heels, will join us next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, best way to do that, call our good friend Albert and his great staff there at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747. Or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online, mybestbailbonds.com.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Pre-K, good morning.
Yo, what's correct?
Would you take a picture of your closet someday?
Was it like that MTV show? What was that? Cribs?
Messy Cribs?
Yeah, this is not quite the same as that.
What up, Mom? Who's that
mama.
with you? Oh, you brought another one home last night. Hey, Stan. Or whatever your name is.
Nah, you ain't gonna do my mama like that.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things, people,
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's lights out for Tulane. The UTSA Roadrunners host the Green Wave, presented by Cowboys Heating and AC, in a primetime national television game Thursday night in the Alamodome. Kickoff at 6:30 p.m. All fans are encouraged to wear black. Come celebrate Halloween with us and turn the lights out on Tulane. Tickets on sale starting at $24. Purchase online at GoUTSA.com or call 210-458-8872. Be there, because when we win, San Antonio wins.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-656-1551. That's 800-656-1551.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer, lead, or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
It's a Thursday. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Happy you are joining us on this Thursday afternoon. I'm Joe Reinigle. He is Jason Minix.
And legendary Longhorn head coach Mack Brown is going to be in San Antonio next week talking at the San Antonio Quarterback Club meeting, which, of course, supports Gridiron Heroes. Let's talk about it with Mack Brown, who joins us on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And let's start with that, Coach. When you come in and you talk to groups like the San Antonio Quarterback Club, for you, is it a speech or is it more storytelling?
I think it's whatever they want, guys. I usually tell them to hit me with whatever, and I want to be able to talk about things that the audience wants to hear. That's why I'm coming. So I say, give me some questions and get me started, and then I'll try to make everybody have a good time and try to give my best example of what education of modern-day college football would be, which is a little crazy. I'm not sure I know what that means. I'm not sure we have time or I know what it means, but that's what I'll probably be asked.
You know, I'm not sure either, Coach, to be totally honest with you. I don't think anybody knows the answer to that. But just your overall opinion on what's going on and how college football is now, because obviously since you've been coaching, it has changed tremendously.
It changed more the last 4 years instead of my first 45. I mean, it changed that much. We lost amateurism when there was decisions made to go to NIL. We should have gone to some type of revenue producing for athletes 25, 30 years ago, and we wouldn't be in this mess. We should have given them $100,000, $150,000 when they graduated on their way out to help them get started. We should have helped parents get the games. We took all this money as universities and conferences and didn't share it. And then all of a sudden we went nuts. We went crazy, and we said, okay, let's let the guys make their money. Well, my wife Sally said when all this first started, you know what? If a musician in college can make money, an athlete should be able to. If an artist can sell their artwork, then why can't an athlete make money off the way he or she plays and their name and their personality? And all that's fair. So no one is questioning that athletes should be paid. Just should have happened a long time ago. I got $15 a month, and most guys didn't. We called it laundry money, and that's so you could have a date. So we went from nothing to no rules. So we aren't even taking the NFL model. So all of a sudden we say, okay, guys can make money, but we're not going to say how much, and we're not going to say how. We basically have no rules. And then that puts tremendous amount of pressure on fans and supporters, because now they got to pay for parking, they got to pay for season tickets, they got to pay their annual dues, and then they've got to pay for facilities, and now they got to pay players. And they don't even know which player gets the money. They don't know whether he's going to transfer or not. And then the other mistake that was made, the transfer portal was lightened up at the same time that NIL came around. So that those collided, and it makes it horrible for tampering. You've got, and then you added agents for the first time. We fought agents for 100 years, and now agents are right in the middle of every high school and college player. So you're sitting there now headed toward an NFL model with young kids, because they are 18, 19-year-olds. They're not pros. But we're treating them like pros. But even in the NFL, they have salary caps. They have collective bargaining. They have rules and regulations. We have no guidelines. We have none.
You know what's interesting, Coach, is we visit with Mack Brown here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. It was about 3 years ago, maybe 4, when all this was first starting to happen, and Steve Sarkisian was on this show, and he said, this is all good, but we need to get some guardrails in. And and even to this point, it doesn't feel like there's any guardrails in. It's still so wild, wild west-like. How does it get under control? Because we've heard about, does there need to be like a commissioner of college football? Does there need to be, all these different things? And yet you can't get the adults in the room to figure this out, which is something that Jeff Traylor, the head coach at UTSA, says, don't blame the kids, blame the adults in the room. But even the adults can't come to some sort of agreement on what is best for college football.
Well, I agree with Steve and with Jeff. And they're both great people and tremendous coaches and friends of mine. But they're right. Who is the boss? Who are making decisions? Why don't we all get in the room and make decisions on what's best for this great game, the kids that play it, the coaches that coach it, and the fans that support it? That wouldn't be hard. And we're just not doing that. The NFL has a better model than college football for the first time ever. And I think that is where it's headed. So until we get the commissioners, the NCAA, the Congress, the presidents, the athletics directors, all in a room with some of the top coaches and say, okay, how do we figure this out? NFL figured it out, but we're all over the place. And I don't see it changing very quickly. And now you're seeing more parity because everybody can buy a quarterback. And now you're seeing more parity because everybody can buy a running back. And all of a sudden you look up, and the Vanderbilts and the Indianas and the Texas Techs, who have not been able to recruit the top players in the country, now have money. So the brand is as important as it used to be. Because those three, just for example, right now are in the mix as a top 15 team that could win national championships, and that has not been the case in the future. In the past.
Coach, I quote you several times, a lot of times, especially at the beginning of the season. I'll never forget, you were talking one time, this was years ago, you were the head coach of the University of Texas, and you said that there should not be a poll out until after the 5th week of the season at least. And I think that is more true today than it was back then, and it was true back then.
Yeah, guys, with the transfer portal, who knows who's any good? The coaches don't know if their teams are any good or not. You don't know if your team is good until you get in a tight game, probably on the road, and see how they're going to respond, see how your chemistry is working, because teams are different now. A Texas doesn't have to take that many transfers. I think Steve took maybe 11. But a lot of these teams are taking 20 to 40. And if you do that, you have a new team every year. So who knows who's going to be good and who's not? The curse is what happened to the University of Texas this year when they decide you're number one. Because you haven't earned anything until the college football playoff poll comes out in November. By then, we know who's who.
Very true.
We're getting an idea now of who's good and who's not, and who's got a chance and who doesn't. And it can change a little bit now, but you go back, and I won't beat them up, but Texas isn't in the top 10. Clemson isn't in the top 10. Penn State's not in the top 10. LSU's not in the top 10. And 2 of those have already fired their coach. And we had them in the top 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really unfair to the teams that they put in there because they haven't earned it. And I used to laugh when I was in the media because they'd make me pick them right before the national championship game for the next year. And I said, are you kidding me? They haven't had spring practice. They don't know who their quarterback is. They don't know who's going to be hurt. You want me to pick the Final Four for next year? And it's such a joke. You just can't do it. And it's really unfair to put some of those up there. So I know we're going to keep those early polls because we talk about football more than we play it.
True.
If you think about it, we talk about it every day of the year, and then you play 12 to 16 games. But we talk about it every day, and we have to have topics of conversation. And then what we do is people get excited about what is said. Not what's been done, what is said. We had Colt McCoy on the Stampede, our podcast today. And Colt was talking about Arch. He and Vince Young are on there together, and two of the greatest to ever play anywhere, much less at Texas, and put me in the Hall of Fame. So I kind of like them. And I'm sitting there, and we asked, Bob Ballou asked Colt, what about Arch? He said, oh, he's so talented. He's more talented than me. But there's a learning curve. You just don't walk out there and be the best player ever. And it's tougher for Arch because of his name. We've put Archie, we've put Peyton, we've put Eli on his back and said he's them. Well, they had a learning curve. And Colt said, my first 6 or 7 games, I lost to Ohio State in my second game. I thought I was going to die. I thought it was awful. And people didn't even want me. And then he ends up being up for the Heisman Trophy. So it's really good to hear those guys talk about it, because sometimes, and that's why Texas as a program can be such a monster, because you get so much publicity there. And you have to be careful that you manage it.
Absolutely. Mack Brown joining us here on the Blitz. You heard him reference the Stampede podcast, which is done every week with our good friend. And Bob Ballou is somebody that Joe and I know extremely well, Coach, and he's on with us every Wednesday. And we've been promoting in the podcast, and the Stampede is fantastic. Because you mentioned you're still in the media. You're talking about it. What I find interesting, your two schools that you're tied most to, Texas and North Carolina, are both having interesting seasons for different reasons, and interesting can be taken so many different ways. And I imagine everywhere you go or any interview you do, you're asked what's going on in Austin and what's going on there at North Carolina. As you sit back and look, how do you digest what's happening at both schools?
Well, I think if you look at Texas and you want to be positive, in their last 5 games, they've got 2 rival games, but they've also got 3 top 10 teams. So can they be Ohio State from last year? Everybody wanted Ryan Day fired. They were out. Michigan beat them. Then they flipped it and won the national championship. So A&M's playing really well. I'm a huge fan of number 1, the coach, because he was at Duke, and he's done a tremendous job at A&M, and I thought they would go lose at LSU. And look at them. I mean, they jumped up and didn't just win. They played great. And Marcel Reed's getting better every day. So A&M, Texas and A&M is going to be a great game in Austin. That's what I'm really looking forward to. This weekend, Diego Pavia. If I was in an alley, I would want him fighting with me now. That guy will fight you. Now, he'd probably start to fight. Yeah. But I'd want him in there to fight with me. So he's going to be a threat, because he just calls everybody out. You have to love it. And then he goes and backs it up. And then going to Georgia's tough. Georgia's had a couple of tough games. They've been right down to the wire. So they're not as talented as they've been, but still playing at Georgia's tough. And then you've got a rival game with Arkansas. So there's still some things out there for Texas to get it done. I've tried to be really good and stay out of the North Carolina conversation.
Fair enough.
Because I left there, and everybody wants you to go back and have opinions, and everybody wants you. I'm not there. I stayed away from the kids. I stayed away from everything. So I really have just tried to stay away from that. I've gotten into Texas. We're living in Austin again. I'm having a blast. I'm speaking a lot. I'm traveling a lot and watching a lot of college football, but I've just stayed out of the North Carolina discussion.
Fair enough. Coach, I do want to ask you, because you brought up 2 schools that have already had coaches fired. Both schools are paying an enormous amount of money, buyouts of the contracts. Number one, and I know you were a coach and had contracts, and I don't want to get into that, but what do you think about that? Do you think that's going to change now, number one? And number two, Do you think coaches, the scrutiny that they're under now because of the NIL and the transfer portal, you'll see a lot more of this in-season firings?
Yes, and yes. I really never had a buyout. My buyout at Texas was like $2.8 million, which is a lot, but not 50, not 77.
Yeah.
I didn't even have an agent when I was at Texas. I just didn't believe it. And Sally and I've always thought, I don't want to get paid for losing. Now, looking back, that was really stupid of me. You should get paid $50 million for losing, and like Ed Ogeron said, "You're going to pay me $17 million to fire me today? Great!
Exactly.
What a great day for me." And then it was about the same at North Carolina, but I went back there and didn't want to buy out because they were paying Larry Fedora about $12.5 million, so they were in trouble, and I was just trying to help them. The truth is, as quick as people are firing coaches, you need a buyout, or you need to be paid so much that it's harder for people to fire you when they get mad. You look at James Franklin, he's in the fourth quarter, or he's in overtime with Oregon with a 7-point lead and has a team that might win the national championship, and 2 weeks later he gets fired. And that's hard to believe. And he's got one of the best records in college football, and how are they going to hire somebody better? So that's the other thing. These people are quick to fire, but unless you've got somebody you can hire that's better, better be careful. Be careful what you wish for. Because everybody wants the one that got gone because you knew too much about him. You don't know anything about the one you're going to get. And you're going to find out, and then 3 more years you're going to be looking at that too. So my thought would be that the buyouts are tough on everybody. They're not sustainable. You can't have these $50 million buyouts and NIL at the same time.
Well, that and to your point, I mean, like at Penn State or even at LSU, you got rid of a guy, you're going to bring somebody else. It's just going to be somebody different to be mad at. But at the same time, this last week, Steve Sarkisian reports that he's looking at NFL, whether they're true or not. I've got no problem with anybody keeping all their options open, but also I wonder, in the state of college athletics today, is the NFL a better quality of life for these coaches than college football when you're dealing with portal, NIL, and everything else, boosters?
I think you'll see a lot more coaches looking at the NFL because until the game has changed. I still love the kids. I still love the games. I'm going to watch every one of them on Saturday. The games are great. It's just the process is all over the place. And I think we'll start seeing coaches make $15 million and $20 million with lesser buyouts. And then what I would think that would be good for coaches, you have to win so many games over a 3-year period, or they can fire you for cause. Because it's losing that they get fired for. So if that's the case, let's just put it out there and say what it is, and let's move forward. But we're being very unfair to the top boosters that are trying to fund all this stuff. I've got really close friends at Texas and at North Carolina that are saying, am I the only booster that's got money in this state? Oh, my gosh, they call me by the hour. Field hockey needs money. Basketball needs money. Well, can you just give me another $500,000? And that's unfair. It's not sustainable, and that's something we've got to look at and change.
Coach, I've got to ask you because we stream on YouTube and we get comments on there, and a lot of folks are just talking about how good you were with the fans when you were the head coach of the University of Texas. So I've got to ask this question, Coach. Any plans, and you may have answered this 100 times, any plans to get back in the game at any time soon, or you like what you're doing now?
Guys, I love what I'm doing now. I love the game. It's all I've ever done. I'm passionate about it. I watch Tuesday night college games. I watch Wednesday night college games. Sally says you may be the only one watching except the parents, and I may be, but I don't care. I love watching it. At 74, I probably won't get offered a job that I would like because all these jobs are so hard. Most of the jobs out there, the expectations are higher than the commitment, and you're not going to win. And I can't go back into a job where I don't have a great chance to win. It was at Texas, you've got a great chance to win every week. Now, people get mad if you're 13-2, but that's okay. But you've got a chance because there's such a great commitment. So I asked Dick Vermeil, when I quit at Texas, what should I think, Coach? What should I do? And he said, don't ever tell anybody you won't coach again. Because you do what you do, and coaches coach. And you don't know if an opportunity came up that you would love to live there and you would love to coach there, you may take it. So don't ever say that you wouldn't do it again. But at the same time, I'm as soon as I get off here, I'm going to play 9 holes of golf, so my life's pretty good.
Nice.
Life's pretty good.
Nice.
A little bit of golf, the Stampede podcast, and next Wednesday, Mack Brown will be in San Antonio talking at the San Antonio Quarterback Club. They've moved it over to the main ballroom there at the Club of Santerra. Get your tickets, saqbclub.com. Of course, it benefits Gridiron Heroes. I know it's going to be a fun event next week with you in town, Coach, and bring your Sharpies, maybe more than one, because you're going to be signing a lot of autographs and taking a lot of pictures, I'm sure.
Well, I love San Antonio. The Gridiron Heroes is such a wonderful cause, and can't wait to get down there next week and get to see everybody.
Good stuff. Mack
Appreciate
Brown,
you,
always
Coach.
appreciated. Mack Brown, legendary head coach, joining us here on the Blitz on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com.
We should just drop the mic and go home. How does it get any better than that?
Well, I mean, we got Stephen Jones at 4:30. That'll be a little different conversation.
Yes, that will be a little different conversation. Fantastic. Love talking with Mack Brown. It's been a long time, and that was a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. We do have to take a break, though, and we will be back. All kinds of stuff in the headline Blitz that are kind of weird, including a cop that doesn't wear any pants. We're talking about it when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're riding with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Brian's headed to the basketball court, but he's sick of this check engine light. So he goes to AutoZone for the free Fix Finder service,
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
where a friendly AutoZoner reads the light in just a few minutes and gives him a detailed report,
No big, just a loose gas cap.
and gets him to the court with a tight gas cap and tighter defense. The free Fix Finder service at AutoZone. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Kinetico water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Kinetico of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at KineticoSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
It's Truck Month at North Park Chevy in Castroville. Buy a new 2026 Silverado 1500 Custom at the low price of $33,999 plus 2.9% financing for 72 months. Save $10,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Silverado Heavy Duty. Lease a new 2026 Colorado for only $299 a month. No dealer add-ons, and we deliver anywhere in Texas. Together, let's drive North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Basketball season is back. Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, block parties. Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action where you can make your picks and win money right now in Texas. Hi, Jason Minix here from the Blitz. I love playing on Underdog, where all you have to do is pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals. A guy like Wemby, blocks. Get your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Download the Underdog app. Use promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero college football post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The UTSA Roadrunners in action tonight inside the Alamodome. They welcome in the Tulane Green Wave. Kickoff is set for 6:30. It's a lights-out game. They're going to wear their black uniforms, and they want you folks that are going, that are fans, to wear black as well. Green Bay Packers edge rusher Micah Parsons named NFC's Defensive Player of the Month for the month of October. Only player in the NFC this month to record 3 sacks in a game. Finished October with 4.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And it's a Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope you're having a great day out there. The weather is fantastic, is it not? Whatever you're doing, however you're listening, we appreciate it here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix. And having a great day.
Yeah, well, I was until I just saw this tweet from Nick Harris from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Linebacker DeMarvion Overshone just left practice early with the training staff. That could mean anything.
Well, it could. It could.
But
look, with that guy's injury, both of them, there is no reason to rush that man back.
No.
None whatsoever.
Have you seen the defense play?
I don't care. Honestly, I'd like to have this guy healthy for game 1 next year. I wouldn't even mind if they said, you know what, we'll just call it a season. You sit out, make sure you're healthy.
You know, depending on what happens Monday, I wonder if that's even on the table. I mean, because I'm with you. I mean, as devastating as that injury was, the fact that he's on the field now is a little surprising. And especially knowing that now did Diggs rush back, and has that caused problems?
Yeah.
Because we didn't expect Diggs in September, and the way he played, he might as well have been on the bench.
Exactly, that is true. But, you know, especially with the injury that Overshone had, I mean, my gosh, that was just a devastating injury. And the fact that he's even available and able to come back at this point in time is a minor miracle. I mean, it really is. And so I just wonder if because of how bad the defense has played, is he trying to rush it back, or the Cowboys trying to rush him back, and all of that just could be a disaster. I mean, it really could be.
Yeah, It's just depressing. Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
Zoom is still a thing for a lot of people. There was a time where we were all working remotely. COVID. And one of the big issues is, people would, be dressed for their meetings up top, but not at the bottom. A lot of people did the meetings in their underwear or less.
There, dude at CNN that got caught doing something he shouldn't have been doing. Just saying.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sounded just like that.
He kept pounding the table.
Yes,
right?
Yes, apparently.
Well, because it was supposedly below camera. You can still do court by way of Zoom.
Yes.
A Detroit police officer logged in for his court testimony, and he caught the judge's attention.
Officer Jackson, good morning to you. Can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Yes, Officer Jackson, badge number 3919, out of the 12th precinct.
All right.
Officer Jackson, you got to ask the camera judge.
You got some pants on, officer?
Sir, they're in the. No, sir.
Officer Jackson, okay, Miss Lee, is the officer's as charged as this.
Oh my goodness! Now, did he not think he had to be on camera?
No, he knew, and he was wearing his uniform shirt with his badge showing and all that. But it seemed like when he was logging in, the laptop was like maybe on the coffee table and showing a lot more of him than he thought was going to be there. And then he quickly pulled it up like in his lap that would just show his upper body. He didn't realize all of his extremities were going to be making an appearance in court.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. I mean, You saw that judge. Is that your arm? Oh.
Wow.
And you're an officer. He's a judge. Can't lie.
No.
Yeah, nah, dude.
I'm
not wearing pants.
He was thinking about it.
Yeah,
he said they're in the. No, I'm not.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Dryer.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
Mm-hmm. Mm. So we do a lot of beer bets here on this show.
Yeah, we do.
And that's probably about as far as it will ever go.
Yes.
I mean, there's no way Ryan Eagle would ever bet shaving his head.
No.
Or an eyebrow.
Nope.
And neither would I.
Nope.
And or a tattoo. I wouldn't bet a tattoo. Or piercing my nipples.
No.
That would never even cross my mind.
No.
Yet a radio host in Pittsburgh now has pierced nips because he lost a beer bet or a radio bet.
Well, it was all from the Pittsburgh-Cincinnati game, the Joe Flacco-Aaron Rodgers showdown, the Geritol Bowl. And he said, there's no way Pittsburgh loses this game, and if they do, I will pierce my nipples. Well, they lost, and he paid up. Props to him. Ain't nobody sticking a needle through a nipple on me. I'm going to tell you that right now. Ain't happening.
I just think this guy wanted to pierce his nipples. He never had a good reason why, and now he does.
Wow.
Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't happening.
Dude, it ain't happening. I promise you, that's never happening.
Uh-huh. Ryan Eagle's a big fan of influencers.
Well, it depends on who they are. But yes. Well, that one especially.
Well, there's an influencer whose dad's in the hospital, but, so she's spending a lot of time at the hospital visiting dad, but she understands how she makes her money. So she's been making a lot of videos for her social media, but at the hospital with her dad, and surprise, people aren't happy with her.
I don't get that. Her dad doesn't seem to be unhappy. I saw the videos, and she's not scantily clad. She's got clothes on, and she's just dancing around. She's a horrible dancer, but I mean, aren't we all?
I'm
just saying.
She's not on Dancing with the Stars. I mean, you don't care how she's dancing. You care how she's bouncing. And that's really the goal of her videos.
Well, I suppose. I didn't notice that, but I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know why people are upset. Well, who cares? If Dad's okay with it, then everybody else should be okay with it. That's ridiculous.
I mean, you could argue that might be why Dad's in the hospital. I have no idea why Dad's in the hospital, but
from her bouncing,
the stress and anxiety of what his daughter's doing to make money.
Give him a concussion. Boom.
Yeah, it was bad. Good Lord.
Just people need to get a life, man. Come on.
People want to hate.
Yep.
But good for her.
Sure.
Maybe that work is helping pay those hospital bills.
Exactly right.
But people are going to hate for all kinds of reasons.
Boy, that hooker just lifts me every day.
She's an influencer, Pledge.
We don't
There's
know
a difference.
She may have a side gig.
I'm just saying there's a difference. Man, brutal. There's a disparity in fines in professional sports. How much did Jerry Jones get fired in New York for flipping off Jets fans? 200,000, 250?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah. So 250,000 for a half of a peace sign. LaMelo Ball got fined for the one-finger salute at a ref, 35,000.
You know, I watched this video a couple of times, and I how do you not kick the guy out of the game? Suspend him. And I mean that in all sincerity. He got called for traveling. And as soon as the whistle blew, he turned around, looked right at the ref, and shot him the finger. How in the hell do you not suspend that guy?
I mean, if the ref didn't see it, it should have been a tech. But why is it only a $35,000 fine when Jerry gets one for $250,000? Well, I mean, it's the same finger.
You know, I guess I'm going back to my old man days because I hear Charles Barkley talking about how soft the NBA players are and all of this stuff. But to do that, the disrespect, I mean, honestly, you're a professional athlete. You've got, I don't know, thousands of people watching you in the arena and then 1,000 more, and you just turn right around. You didn't like the call, so you shoot the ref the finger. I don't know. To me, that's crossing a line.
Question: aren't fines based on a percentage of your check, basically?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe they are in the NBA. And I know they're not in the NFL. The NFL has a standard fine list. Wear your socks wrong, $7,500 or whatever it is. It's stupid. So I just think $250 from an old man, and $35,000 for LaMelo Ball. That's just and it's just half of a peace sign.
Well,
I'm not wishing you a full piece, just half of it.
Well, he wasn't offering peace at all.
It's half of a piece.
Yeah, no, not to him. It wasn't.
I'm just saying.
To me, though, honestly, and it's a bigger thing than you know.
Yeah, no,
I mean, honestly, this is that to me.
I mean, Jerry's just giving it back to a bunch of fans in New York. I mean, that's normal. That's like saying hello and good morning.
Jerry shouldn't have done it either. He did it. But this was just turning around at the ref. And where were the other refs? I mean, are these officials afraid to come down on these players sometimes? I mean, honestly, that was just so disrespectful. Watch the video. If you haven't seen it yet, just go watch it. And it's just the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen. And it should not be tolerated in any league, much less the NBA. Thank you. That's a mic drop. I mean, it shouldn't be. I saw that, and the more I watched it, the more pissed off I got.
Now, is it because it was LaMelo Ball?
I don't care who
I mean,
is.
if it was Steph Castle.
If it was Steph Castle, I'd say the same thing.
All right, just checking.
I mean, it's just a lack of respect.
Well, it is.
Completely. I don't care if it's Steph Castle, Wemby, anybody.
How many times have you wanted to flip off the ref?
I'm sure I have, but I didn't do it.
Well, I mean... But sitting in the stands, you've never...
I'm not an NBA player.
Oh, well, true.
I'm not a professional basketball player.
I hear you.
You can't just turn around. So is that going to be a trend now? Every time somebody gets a foul called on them, they're just going to turn around and flip the ref off? Oh, let's do that. I mean, that'll save the NBA, Adam Silver.
I didn't say anything disrespectful, sir. It was sign language.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm with you.
To a lot of people, that's saying something.
God bless the birds up.
There you go.
Completely disrespectful. Horrible.
Let's talk about UTSA.
Yeah, we just heard Jeff Traylor.
We
God
did.
bless him, birds up. That big day for them today.
Huge.
Already. And well done, UTSA. I just want to say that. Fantastic. We're going to talk about what happened earlier today, what's going to happen tonight inside the Alamodome when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
If your kid has a fake ID, we got one rule here. You will make beer runs for me. Is that a bad dad?
Yeah. Come on. Did you take the ID?
I did later.
Okay.
After you got your beer.
You got to prioritize the stuff, JD.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We love high school football and a team you can always count on. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quartermoon is here to tackle the toughest challenges, from plumbing mishaps to AC troubles, with the same dedication and passion that drives a winning touchdown. Our playbook is simple: fair prices, expert service, and a commitment to local families. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, your winning solution for a comfortable home. Proudly serving our community with local hospitality. From the penthouse to the outhouse to the schoolhouse, call Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit. On game day, great prep makes all the difference. Same goes for your pizza. That's why I go with Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes.
Whether you're throwing a party or squeezing in dinner between plays, this oven delivers hot, crispy, restaurant-quality pizza right from your kitchen. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Paid for by term provider. Premiums will vary. Plans depend on age, location, and other factors. Visit biglou.com.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou, a term provider, 800-444-9336. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems. And if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-444-9336. That's 800-444-9336. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-444-9336.
Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and respect. A firm backed by a track record of success and commitment to our clients. If you've been injured, trust Thomas J. Henry, San Antonio, Texas.
The Halloween parties at the Rue Pub have become legendary. Plan now for the biggest and best Halloween party in San Antonio, Friday, October 31st. Kick off the party weekend at the 12th annual Halloween party with DJs inside the Rue Pub and Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. No cover charge and a $1,000 costume contest at midnight. This is the Halloween party you don't want to miss. Friday, October 31st, the Halloween party of the year. We'll see you at the Rue and wear a costume.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
I want to show off the prep that I did for this interview, so if you've got your pen ready, write this down.
Got it, I'm ready.
Bo Nix this season, 4.9 yards per drop back against zone coverage, 6.2 yards per drop back against man coverage. So just throwing that out there.
All right, well, I got to go change the game plan, guys. All that man-to-man you guys want to see. Let me go get Flus.
Now you tell him, hey, man, back to the drawing board, buddy. Your old stuff is going to work here.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This is Andrew Monaco, and the Aggies play here. 94.1 San Antonio's.
Boy, another big sports night. If you're a sports fan and you're not going to anything, you got three things to watch tonight. You got the Spurs, you got the Roadrunners, and then you got Thursday Night Football. My goodness, how are we going to keep up with it all? This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He's Jason.
If you have two TVs and a radio, we've got you covered.
There you go.
Or UTSA on one TV, Spurs on the other. Ravens and Dolphins here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, brought to you by Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer, and that will set you up perfectly for your Flight Friday.
That'll be outstanding right there, and hopefully it's a good night for UTSA and the San Antonio Spurs, trying to set a franchise record. But let me tell you something. Folks at UTSA, the students there, and whoever helped organize what happened today, they're already winners. That was a fantastic showing today on ESPN.
Matt Berry, who's the SportsCenter anchor that was hosting, and he will also be on the play-by-play call tonight for the game, said on multiple occasions that that's the biggest crowd they've ever had for a SportsCenter on campus. And that's something they've been doing. It's middle of the week. Almost feels like a mini game day. The energy was electric. You could feel it watching on TV. San Antonio looked great. Those there at UTSA, the students and fans, certainly showed up. It looked incredible. And, they had some barbecue that they were able to get from County Line, and then they did the Halloween costume contest. Now, we talked about this the other day with Jeff Traylor. Now, we thought people would show up as Jeff Traylor.
I didn't see anybody like that.
I didn't, and they didn't make the final cut, but Jeff Traylor was the deciding factor on who won their Halloween costume contest.
You know what, Brian Custer? This SC is for me and everyone here at UTSA. They've given us the biggest crowd we've ever had. And now the big moment. Halloween Eve, the costume contest. Tom Luganville picked the finalists. Jeff Traylor, the head coach, is going to pick the winner, who's going to get a swag bag and then tacos from our friends at Las Palapas, who were kind enough to bring us tacos out. You got to have tacos when you're in San Antonio. So, Luke's, again, the finalists, go ahead.
Well, so we got Harry Potter here. We've got UTSA Nacho Libre, and we've got the Bill Miller Demon. Now, Coach, I know you don't have anything important going on today, so you've spent a lot of time on this. Who's the winner and why?
Much respect for all three choices, but I got to go with the Nike shoe game, Nacho Libre.
Swag bag.
Give Nacho, 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 Nacho. Now, Mr. Nacho, we can't demask you for the tacos, so I'll give the tacos to the other guys, so you guys can have some tacos.
Consolation tacos.
But what does this moment mean in your life?
Well, it means a lot because I've never won anything like this, but what I care about most is UTSA winning tonight!
Nacho, 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 Nacho.
No, it was fantastic, and again, they had barbecue out there. Obviously, for the contest, Las Palapas took a bunch of tacos out there. You know, it was Okie Burrito-like as far as the excitement level and just how big it was. And it was noisy out there, which is interesting because I don't think they were piping in any noise to that tailgate event they had on campus today. Although John Summerall, the head coach at Tulane, says UTSA pipes in noise in the Alamodome.
I don't want to address this stuff with our team in the season very much. So my way of addressing it to them is looking them in the eye and going, hey, no distractions. Everybody good? Good. Let's freaking get ready for practice. I'm not distracted by any of it. I'm trying to go 1-0 Thursday night. That's it. In a place that nobody in conference has gone into that place and gone 1-0 in 5 years. That's got my focus fully.
They're noisy there. I mean, it's noisy in that stadium.
Yeah.
Can you address that?
Yeah, we've practiced with crowd noise for a couple of days. Today was a walkthrough day, so we didn't. We'll have it back out tomorrow. I think they pipe some noise in. I think they do a good job. They do. If you watch like the European soccer or whatever, and they got those little sticks people bang, they got those things in the stadium. So they make some artificial noise, kind of like at Mississippi State. You play, they got the cowbell. It's a way to create more noise. I think they may pipe some in through the speakers. I don't really know.
Come on,
I don't think it's legal. I don't think anybody's investigating it. We just got to be ready to deal with it. So we should be prepared for it, hopefully. But I think that's helped them create a home field advantage for sure. It's been loud there for people.
No, it's not the football team kicking everybody's ass. It's because of the artificial noise they're pumping in there.
No, there's no trash cans involved there. I mean, what the?
Dude, I hope UTSA just beats the hell out of Tulane tonight.
If you're going to the Dome tonight, be loud.
Please be loud.
I know just what Jeff Traylor told us the other day, some things I've seen on Twitter. Spurs are playing tonight. They're worried about will they have 20,000 tonight. Hopefully they have a lot of people there tonight wearing those black uniforms, the lights out game. You're trying to think if you want to go, right? Oh, team hasn't been very good. They're great at home. Go tonight. And be loud.
Absolutely.
Be loud.
Absolutely.
Now, I do find it interesting because John Summerall, well, I don't think he has any shot at hell at getting the head coaching job at LSU. His name has been mentioned. Very similar to what, Jeff Traylor and A&M. Not a big enough name. Now, we late in the show yesterday, because it happened late yesterday afternoon, the governor of Louisiana was talking about the head coaching search, or who won't be making the decision on the next head coach at LSU.
I want to tell you something. This is a pattern. The guy that's here now that wrote that contract cost Texas A&M $70-something million. Right now we got a $53 million liability. We are not doing that again. And you know what? I believe that we're going to find a great coach. I mean, maybe we'll let President Trump pick it. He loves winners. I'm not going to be picking the next coach. But I can promise you, we're going to pick a coach, and we're going to make sure that that coach is successful, and we're going to make sure that he's compensated properly, and we're going to put metrics on it, because I'm tired of rewarding failure in this country and then leaving the taxpayers on the foot, to foot the bill. So, yeah, I absolutely. Who said? Scott Woodward. No. I can tell you right now, Scott Woodward is not selecting the next coach. Hell, I'll let Donald Trump select it before I let him do it. I don't know, but the Board of Supervisors is going to come up with a committee, and they're going to go find us a coach.
First of all, I don't know how it works in Louisiana, but I'm not sure that the governor is the guy that says who gets to select the next coach at LSU.
Well, maybe because the governor does get seats on the board, and it is taxpayer money. Obviously, Jeff Landry, the governor of Louisiana, has some control there. According to Ross Dellinger, he also told LSU's president they need to fire Scott Woodward, the athletic director.
I would imagine so.
Now, and I'm trying to find the tweet from a good friend of the show, Peter Burns, because now Peter Burns is an LSU guy, even though he did play golf at UTSA. He is an LSU guy. And Peter Burns tweeted out yesterday, Few things to correct from the Louisiana governor. One, while Woodward did hire Jimbo Fisher at A&M, he was not responsible for the $77 million buyout. That was due to a contract extension from Ross Bjork. Brian Kelly and Jimbo Fisher also do not share the same agent. I don't know. Maybe Ross Bjork extended the contract, but the buyout was already there, and it just inflated the buyout. Either way, they both are linked to Scott, who probably can't feel real good about his job security when the governor says, you can't hire the next coach. You're the athletic director. What is your job? You hire and fire coaches, right? You can't do that, says the governor.
Well, again, I'm not sure. If one member on the board, I'm not sure that he has a lot to say about it. He can suggest, but I don't think honestly. So if Greg Abbott comes down and tells somebody at the University of Texas, fire Sark, he's gone, and I'm hiring the next guy, that's ridiculous.
Well, no, he's going to get a committee together, which if you remember, the late, great Mike Leach loved the idea of having committees hire coaches.
Because why not? Because, we're American. We love committees. Let's get us a committee. Well, who should be on the committee? Well, I don't know. This guy's a good guy. Let's have him on the committee. Well, there's people on the committee that don't even have remote associations with football, nor have they at any level other than being a fan. But you know what? Let's have them on a committee. Why not? And then, it'd be fun. We'd go to that resort. We could talk. We could hang out at dinner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, committees.
Mm-hmm. No, they're not going away.
Mm-hmm. No.
Unbelievable. Summerall, or whatever his name is, not getting the LSU job.
No.
I can pretty much guarantee you that. But whoever hired Brian Kelly, you talk about oil and water at LSU. It's like hiring. Well, that was a horrible hire at LSU.
Listening to a good majority of that Governor Landry press conference, the expectation at LSU, you made a change, go out and get the best guy you can get, whatever it takes. And Scott didn't go for an available coach. He went after the coach that was the current head coach at Notre Dame, and he got him. He did whatever it took. It took a 10-year contract with a $50 million buyout. And 4 years later, you're done. But you were told to go get the best that you can get, and he did. Although a lot of people questioned the hire at the time just because, is he a fit? But at the same time, he did his job. It just backfired because they didn't win. And when I say win fast enough, they didn't win a national championship. Lose a couple in a row, get boat raced by A&M, and you're fired.
It's not about just going out and hiring a coach that wins. You got to have a guy that fits. Well, he didn't fit. They had Ed Ogeron. Where else is he going to coach? Nowhere.
Exactly.
But he was successful there. And that's what I'm saying. You've got to have a fit. You can't bring in a guy that's a hoity-toity, finger-up, tea drinker into Louisiana. Come on. It's ridiculous. So just on the face of it, yeah, that's the best coach out there, but he's not a fit at LSU. And so all of those things have to factor into that.
I don't disagree with you. But again, that I will give Brian Kelly credit. He put together a staff that does fit, including former UTSA coach Frank Wilson, who has won a couple of National Recruiter of the Year type awards. He became that guy. That's part of the reason why I think Frank is going to be the interim coach. With no shot at becoming the permanent coach. But now you've got the governor apparently telling them to fire the athletic director, who's not going to be allowed to hire the head coach. And you wonder what coach is going to want to get into that, or do you hire the new athletic director first and then go hire a head coach?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see if this guy gets fired. And again, I know it's a state school. I'm being told that on our YouTube page on San Antonio Sports Star. But how much authority does a governor have to hire and fire employees and coaches? I've never heard of that before. Maybe it's something that I've just never heard of. But I've never heard of a governor getting involved in a school's hiring and firing practices. So I just don't know how much say-so he's going to have. He's got a voice and he can say stuff, but he's going to withhold money from them if they don't do what he says.
Well, I guess he probably could. But
good luck getting reelected if he does that.
They do, and I don't know. Again, we don't talk a lot of politics. We're in the toy department, and I don't know about Abbott, but I know when Rick Perry was governor, Aggie, he was very heavily involved in what was going on in Aggie athletics. And being a state school, the governor does have the ability to appoint however many chairs that they get or seats or whatever it's called on the Board of Regents, who does approve hirings and firings. So he does have a lot of influence. He just might not always say it the way the governor of Louisiana talked. And I've never heard him talk. That was funny.
Yeah, I heard him talk the other day, and he said something about idea. He's Cajun through and through. That's for sure. Well, I guess we'll see if he has any power in that regard. If Woodward's fired, if he is, then I guess the governor has a little pull. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
According to Ask AI, a governor has no direct authority to appoint head football coaches for state universities, as this decision is handled by the University Athletic Department and the Board of Regents, but the governors have the power to appoint board members and other state officials. The hiring of football coach is not a governmental function, but they do have some say.
Well, sure. I mean, if they're putting people on the board, they can say, hey, I want you to do this, and what do you think about that? So I see where you're coming from, but I've just never heard of that a governor. When I heard that yesterday, I'm like, what the hell does he have to do with it?
Well, in Louisiana, go figure, a little bit different.
Well, Louisiana, yes.
Just found an article, why is the governor worried about it? LSU Board of Supervisors runs university's governance. According to LSU's official description, the board is established by Article 8, Section 7 of the Louisiana Constitution with authority to supervise and manage the institutions, statewide ag programs, and other programs administered through the system. So apparently that does. The governor appoints all members with Senate confirmation, blah, 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 blah. So apparently he's got a little bit more authority than we think.
Well, apparently so. He needs to just
chill.
Worry about running the state of Louisiana.
What Mike Leach said. Here's a guy with no experience is going to be on a committee, huh? He's a fan.
Exactly right. Yeah, Mike Leach was very wise. Wise man, that's for sure. We were looking at, both of us were looking at an article today about trade possibilities for the Dallas Cowboys. It's an interesting article and some names popping up that you might not think of. We're going to talk about that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
You know, every now and then you put something in your house that you just have to brag about. I feel that way about my new Connecticut quality water softener. Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle from The Blitz. I've had my Connecticut in the house now for several months, and I tell you what, it is as advertised. There is nothing like it on the market. I've had other water softeners, and they just don't compare to what I have in my Connecticut quality water softener. It is the most popular water softener on the market, and Connecticut's been serving San Antonio for over 50 years, not to mention all of their products are made in America. The thing I love about it is you don't plug it in. It runs on that kinetic energy, so it doesn't add anything to your electric bill, but it does provide soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And for a limited time, you will receive a free osmosis drinking station that they will install right there at your kitchen sink. And 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call 656-PURE, 656-7873, or ConnecticutSA.com.
ConnecticutSA.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
It's Breeders' Cup Weekend at Retama Park, Friday, October 31st and Saturday, November 1st. Admission is free on Friday and just $5 on Saturday, with gates opening on Friday at 10:30 a.m. and on Saturday at 10 a.m. Enjoy open concessions, great food, and non-stop racing excitement. Reserve your seat now for Saturday. That's Breeders' Cup Weekend, October 31st and November 1st at Retama Park off 35 South in Selma. Victory starts here at Retama Park Racetrack. Must be 21 or older to wager.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
With Progressive, you can reach customer service in the way that's easiest for you, by phone, app, or online. We know it would be great if we just magically appeared, but that's more of a genie thing, and we do insurance. But with us, you'd be like, well, it wasn't a genie, but it was great customer service, so that's nice. And sure, you probably would still like the whole 3 wishes thing, so if you meet a genie, you should definitely ask. But when you need us, contact Progressive by phone, app, or online. Just no genies. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys will join us about 4:30 or so. We'll talk about what the Cowboys plan to do before the trade deadline. So we'll get an honest answer.
Of course, he wouldn't lie to us.
Of course not. Of course not. Looking forward to that, so keep that in mind. 4:30 today, Stephen Jones will join us here on The Blitz. Now, Jason, there was an article out today, ESPN put it out, talking about trade possibilities for the Dallas Cowboys, not for them to bring in necessarily, but for them to trade away.
Buyers or sellers. And again, Jerry did an interview yesterday where he's not worried about the defense at all because, well, line in the article, it was about oil and gas. Quote, there's $100 billion present value with gas out there, the 83-year-old billionaire said. Quote, that's why I'm talking to you on the telephone rather than trying to fix our defense with the Dallas Cowboys. I know he was joking. So, yeah, maybe he's not trying to find a safety or a linebacker, but Jerry does like to sell if he can find some value. And that's what I found most interesting with this article on ESPN, because there are some names on here that ESPN is suggesting, and I got to believe this is just for engagement, not reality. Ain't no way they're trading away Brandon Aubrey. Why is he on the list?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Although, if you were offered a 2 for a Brandon Aubrey, would you take it?
Yes, I would. Same if I was offered a 2 for a George Pickens. I would take it.
He's not on the list.
I know he's not on the list, but he should be on the list. Just saying, I think if you're offered a high draft pick for anybody, not named Dak Prescott or CD Lamb, I don't know if anybody else is off the table.
You know, it's interesting because as I read this, and there's thought into it because you have value, and you're on a team that, based off what we saw just 1 week ago, not 2 weeks ago, but let's just go off of what we saw last week. Ain't no way in hell that's a playoff team. So non-playoff teams become sellers.
Right.
And if you are a playoff team, you tend to overpay for a piece that you think can be the difference, which is why a Javonte Williams is on this list.
Yep.
And again, very friendly contract, not long-term with the Dallas Cowboys. So if Jerry could get some high draft currency, could Javonte Williams be on his way out?
Yeah, I think he could be. I mean, why not? He doesn't have a contract next year, so you'll have to decide what you're going to do with him at the end of the year if you don't trade him away. So it would make sense, and that's what I'm saying, anybody. And that's why I always bring up George Pickens. But there are a lot of guys here that, Sam Williams, is he on the table? According to this article, he is. A James Houston, who's been their best sack guy this year thus far, is on this list
so
as
is
well.
Kenny Clark.
Kenny Clark, Jonathan Mingo. Could you get at least your fourth-round draft pick back?
Well, no. See, again, I look at, like, with what the Cowboys have with a George Pickens, Tolbert becomes a valuable guy. He's been a better receiver than most Cowboy fans want to give him credit for, especially this year. But he's dropped so far down the depth chart. But when CD was out, Pickens was the one. Tolbert played great.
He did.
Doesn't have eye-popping stats. It may be where he's matured enough. The Cowboys have developed him enough where in another system he might be productive. But if they keep George Pickens, because you have Turpin doing what he's doing, Tolbert, who has been a disappointment for the majority of his Cowboy career, now it looks like he could be a player, but there's no room for him. So maybe you can flip a Jalen Tolbert into something.
Maybe so. And he's coming up for a contract, is he not?
Yep.
So, I mean, there's another reason. You got Turpin, who's sometimes good.
But
he has other
Turpin is there to return kicks and has been more present in the passing game than I think any of us thought he would be. And then based on the contract he signed, yeah, they're going to get every nickel they can out of that dude.
Well, I don't blame them, and they should. It's going to be interesting to see. Again, I still don't think the Cowboys are going to do anything. I don't think they're going to make a trade. I think they're going to stand pat. A lot may depend on what happened today with DeMarvion Overshown, who you said earlier in the show was walked off the field with the training staff.
Yep.
And maybe that was just precautionary. Maybe it was planned. Who knows? But we'll find out. So, look, I don't know. If I'm the Cowboys, I think, though, at this point in time, because I believe Jerry when he says it, and just my eye test tells me there's not one player, even if you traded for Micah Parsons back, that is going to help that defense be that much better.
I know Miguel on our YouTube says, what about Fergie's contract? It's up. No, Ferguson signed a new deal at training camp.
Yeah, he did.
He got his deal. Micah didn't get his. But when you look at, and I agree, and I've been saying that for weeks, there's not one player out there that you could get that would make that kind of a difference. That's why I didn't buy the Max Crosby, except for they've got that draft capital they got in the trade for Micah Parsons from Green Bay. And if they could flip that into a Max Crosby, then essentially you traded Micah and got Max Crosby and Kenny Clark. That's a good trade, but you can't give up both of those picks. And again, Max Crosby, that's the kind of splash that Jerry doesn't do at the trade deadline. But if they were able to get another linebacker, serviceable at this point, would be an improvement over what they've been getting from their linebackers. With some of the injuries they're dealing with, maybe they need to look at making a trade for a safety. I mean, hell, Philadelphia just made another trade yesterday.
They did.
And got a corner. And what was it? John Mechie ended up having to go to the New York Jets?
Yeah,
Can you imagine how much that would suck for John Mechie?
Go from a Super Bowl contender to
the Jets.
A circus. Yeah, that's not good. It's going to be interesting to see. And I know we have a beer bet, and I'm still convinced that they won't, just simply because. But I could see them, and Jerry's not going to do it. He's too hard-headed. Because Jerry thinks that this is a Super Bowl team.
No.
I just have to believe that he does. And if he doesn't, then it makes all the sense in the world to stockpile some more draft picks and rebuild that defense in the offseason.
I don't know if Jerry really believes this is a Super Bowl team, but I do think he has invested a lot and knows he's got a Super Bowl caliber offense. But that offense has to be perfect. And you look at their losses on the road, when they can't score over 30, they don't win. And Jerry likes to hang around the rim. So you could make a trade and get somebody in that improves your defense slightly. I think about something that Schottenheimer said the other day about, the linebackers especially seeing too much and they're just not getting to the right spot. You get a veteran guy in there that you don't have to question football IQ, and they're going to be able to come in and go, all right, boom, all right. And again, maybe not a star player, but a good solid player, which is going to be an improvement over what they have. And if that defense got a little bit better, if they could improve their third down defense, by forcing 2 punts a game instead of none, 3 punts, get 3 stops. If the opposing team is 6 of 11 on third down and supposed to 9 of 11, that would be about all you need for this offense to do what they do.
And you think that would make them a Super Bowl contender?
I never said that.
I asked the question. I didn't say you said that.
There's nothing they can do right now that would make them a Super Bowl team, but they can be a playoff team, and we've seen teams. You get in the playoffs at the right time, who knows? I mean, you never know when you're rolling through the playoffs and you catch all the right breaks, and then you end up in the Super Bowl. Not a move they make that I would say, boom, they're going to the Super Bowl. But is it the difference between – because right now, I look at this team, what do they need to do to become a wild card team? Because I don't see them winning the NFC East. And they can make some moves to become a wild card team. And as Jerry likes to say, at that point, you're hanging around the rim. And for Jerry, and quite honestly, this team, if they were somehow to take this defense and turn it into a playoff appearance, I'm not saying I'd be satisfied or happy, but I'd rather be in the playoffs than not.
Well, Brian Schottenheimer would be coach of the year if they did that. To me, if you've got the offense, depending on what they decide to do with George Pickens, if they're going to try and keep him around or if he's going to go away in the offseason, either way, that offense is still going to be pretty good. You still got to add some pieces to it because you got to figure out what you're going to do with Williams and yada, yada. To me, it makes more sense to stockpile draft picks now and rebuild that defense. I could see this with this offense, even a little less than it is now. If you improve that defense substantially in the offseason, this is a pretty damn good football team. And we're not talking about this year. We're talking about next year. We're not talking about 3 or 4 years down the road.
Do you trust Jerry to use all the picks on the defensive side?
Well, I mean,
again, we're talking about Jerry, and you can't rebuild the defense using all those picks and start, 9 rookies next year or 7 rookies.
You can certainly trade for people.
Yeah.
Absolutely you can. In the offseason, if you've got a stockpile of draft picks, Jerry's got the money now. He likes to brag about that. So, I mean, yeah, you can improve this team, and I think you can add 3 or 4 veteran players to that defense, and all of a sudden it's a hell of a lot better than it is now. And you're talking about really competing next year. You're not going to compete this year. I don't care what you do to that defense. And I know the Broncos are a hell of a defense, but they might have shown the rest of the league a thing or two when it comes to slowing that offense down.
And that's part of good. When you think about who are the best offenses in the NFL, right? Dallas is right up there.
Okay.
Indianapolis is up there.
Detroit
is up there. And anybody playing the Cowboys defense. Those are the best offenses in the NFL, are they not?
Sure.
If you can make that defense just a little bit better, you've got more of an opportunity to get in. And if they make some moves now, and again, they're not going to spend a lot of that future draft capital that you're referring to help this defense. But if they can, and with the compensatory picks that we know they're going to get, but they don't have their third-round pick already because that's George Pickens, which is another reason why I think they ultimately end up signing him, or they flip that at the trade deadline.
There you go. I just think that, to me, and I know Cowboy fans don't want to hear this, or maybe they do. I think this team is not that far off if you do it the right way. The offense has been built, and no matter what you do with George Pickens, you can find another wide receiver. I'm okay with that. But you can go out and concentrate solely on this defense next year. Trayvon Diggs is going to be gone. You're going to need another corner. You need some secondary help. You obviously need linebacker help. You can improve this team in the offseason, I think, more so, and be a playoff contending, Super Bowl contending team next year than you can this year. To me, that's what I would do. I would concentrate on next year and rebuilding that defense. This year's in the toilet.
It's not. It's too early to say it's in the toilet.
Well, I just look at the schedule coming up, and how many of those, if you pointed them out right now, are wins for the Cowboys?
Well, not many.
Exactly.
I mean, but again, they're 3-4-1. Arizona should be a win, but it is Kyler Murray at Jerry World.
Yes,
right.
It is.
Raiders, that's going to be a win.
Should be a win.
That's
yes.
a win. Eagles at home.
That's a loss.
At home.
Yes.
They tend to split with Philly.
Okay. Well, that's your Cowboys showing. It's a loss.
Go look at history. They split with Philly.
That defense against Philadelphia. It ain't happening.
Kansas City and Detroit are losses.
Yes.
Minnesota's a win.
It could be. Could be.
Depending on what McCarthy's looking like then. The Chargers, that game is in Dallas, but I mean, talking Cowboys is probably how they talk about the Chargers if they actually talk about the Chargers in L.A. But I'm sure there's some podcast that does. And same thing, you don't know what's showing up. Washington on Christmas Day, that game is at Washington. And at that point, who knows? And then you've got the New York Giants at the end of the year.
Right.
For last game of the regular season.
At that point in time.
No, and so when you look at that, you're about 500 the rest of the schedule. You're about 500 now. That could have you in contention for the wild card. Can you take one of those losses that we all are saying is a loss now and turn that into a win? And the Cowboys seem to do that every year. They win a game they have no business winning. That's going to happen. They lose games they have no business losing. They've done that to the Carolina Panthers. So they've got that one out of the way.
Okay. Well, hey, have hope, and if just getting into the playoffs is good enough. I'm looking at the future of this team, and to me it makes more sense to just – you've got money now. You've got draft capital now. Add to that and improve that defense. That's all you need to do. It's not a long-term project. You get that done instead of getting into the playoffs, and then your own draft pick sucks then.
Yeah.
And so, again, it makes sense to me to sell. I'd be a seller. Get some more draft picks. Either use as trade bait and a combination of both. That's what I would do. Jerry, he's another fish that
and then there's a tweet from @Zorro Sports. Even if the Cowboys were to stockpile draft picks, do you trust the front office to pick the right guys?
Well, that's another thing. I'm just saying I think that's how you improve this team very quickly instead of just sneaking into the playoffs and getting beat again in the first round. Because if you sneak in, you're probably the last seed to get in with the record we just discussed. So you're going on the road somewhere to get your ass kicked. And then what? Then you're screwed.
He's Debbie Downer. I'm Jason Max.
I'm
glad to have you along.
You're a Cowboy fan.
Well, again,
it's hard for you to say.
No,
forget about it.
I mean, there's plenty of years when you look at this year is not completely lost yet. There's still a chance, and I would rather get in the playoffs and disaster happens and heartbreak than not be in the playoffs. I mean, the competitive nature at this point. And at 83, I don't see Jerry punting a season. It's not Halloween yet. That's tomorrow. I'm not ready to punt the season. there's still hope. The Longhorn fan in me, I don't think they've got a shot this year, although still have a ticket on my fridge from Circa Las Vegas about winning the national championship. I know at some point I'm throwing that thing in the recycle bin, but right now there's still hope.
Okay.
Right now there's still a chance that I'll get to Circa and cash that baby in.
Hope is alive for Cowboy fans.
It's a wonderful plan.
That's
no,
awesome.
It's not.
Yeah, we'll see what happens come Monday night, and in between then, see if the Cowboys make any moves, buying or selling. We'll see what happens. A lot more to talk about. Again, Stephen Jones will join us at the bottom of the hour at 4:30. We'll see what he has to say about the trade deadline coming up. We're doing all of that and a lot more when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're locked on the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
It's Truck Month at North Park Chevy in Castroville. Buy a new 2026 Silverado 1500 Custom at the low price of $33,999, plus 2.9% financing for 72 months. Save $10,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Silverado Heavy Duty. Lease a new 2026 Colorado for only $299 a month. No dealer add-ons, and we deliver anywhere in Texas. Together, let's drive North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Coach Saban here, and let me tell you, every second matters. Preparation is everything, and that's why I trust Kidda Smoke Alarms.
And as North America's #1 home fire safety brand, they're built to respond over 25% faster to smoke detection. Kidda helps protect what matters the most. Find it at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. #1 claim based on total household installations as of December 2023. 29% faster average smoke detection based on internal testing of smoldering wood fires for Kidda 9th edition versus leading competitor 8th edition product.
Blue Star Tequila, the world's first and only 100% night harvested agave. And you might be saying, well, why do I care when it's harvested? It allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and out of the brutal heat. Benefits to workers who would normally work into the heat of the day. It's just better for the flavoring. And speaking of flavoring, it's 100% additive free. No flavoring, sweetening, or coloring added, and it's unfiltered. Live your life unfiltered and do it with Blue Star Tequila. Find Blue Star Tequila at Alamo City Liquors, Costco, Specs, and Total Wine.
Smoky Mo's Texas Barbecue is the best neighborhood barbecue in San Antonio, with smoked in-house meats, home-style sides, and specials like pork belly burnt ends, and our famous fully loaded chopped baker. The Texas barbecue you love is at Smoky Mo's. Order a Smoky Mo's tailgate pack or create your own. Choose your meats like brisket, turkey, or sausage, and sides kicked up a notch like roasted green corn and bacon cheddar potatoes. Smoky Mo's, with 8 convenient locations. Orders for pickup or delivery at SmokyMo'sBarbecue.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
The largest gun show in San Antonio is at the Shriner Auditorium this weekend. Texas Gun Shows is open this Friday from 4 to 7 p.m., 10 a.m. to 5 Saturday, and then 10 a.m. to 4 Sunday. Texas Gun Shows is at the Shriner Auditorium on 1604 this Friday through Sunday.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
George gets justice. You've heard the national lawyer ads. Same story, different name. But when you've been through something traumatic in San Antonio, you need a local team who fights for real results. That's why so many get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. George is from here, listens to people, and fights to help them get their maximum compensation. Call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pizza dough day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with the Home and Auto Bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states. San Antonio's Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs looking to get off to their first ever 5-0 start to the season in franchise history. Wemby and the Spurs take the court tonight inside the Frost Bank Center against the Miami Heat. Tip-off is set for 7:30. We got Thursday Night Football right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Ravens in Miami to take on the Dolphins. Lamar Jackson is back for the Ravens. You can catch that game beginning at 6:30 right here on 94.1.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a Thursday afternoon in the beautiful city of San Antonio, and it is a great sports day. Again, second day of the week, it is a great sports day. We got so much going on. So happy you're spending a part of your Thursday with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix.
Go vote. Think about
that.
Think about what Reinagle just said. A beautiful day in San Antonio. And as he's saying that, Sports Center is starting. And the earlier Sports Center was on campus at UTSA. Gorgeous day, Chamber of Commerce weather, and UTSA fans on campus. Matt Berry, the host of Sports Center, said almost every segment, the biggest crowd they've ever had for that Sports Center on campus bit that they do. And tonight on ESPN, UTSA playing Tulane. National TV, you know there will be crowd shots and you know, scenes from the Riverwalk, and they'll show, eating beef ribs from County Line Barbecue and tacos from La Posada. All that's going to be on the broadcast tonight. UTSA doesn't get a lot of these games on television that way. All their games are televised, I know, but not on ESPN in a window like they're getting tonight. And the city is getting a lot of exposure. They start Sports Center. I could read it on the screen with the closed captioning, live in San Antonio.
Wow, it's amazing how that happens. Yeah, it's kind of like the Spurs when they're in the playoffs. San Antonio, look at the Riverwalk. Hey, there's the Alamo. Hey, we're here. Amazing the publicity that brings to this beautiful city.
Spurs play tonight, too.
Yes.
And I'm sure in Miami, they will say, we're in San Antonio 48,000 times tonight, give or take.
Absolutely,
right?
they will.
I mean, and same kind of thing. The idea that there could be, even if it's a small chance, you could lose that. And we'd every now and then, get what we're getting today from UTSA. Just like, every now and then UTEP ends up on national TV. And El Paso goes nuts. Look at the exposure we're getting.
Well, I'm sure they do. But has anybody ever booked a vacation to El Paso?
I'm sure.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, maybe you're going up to the Davis Mountains. Maybe you want to. I mean, Las Cruces is wonderful this time of year. Love Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Okay.
Some great restaurants there. Las Cruces is nice.
I'm sure it is.
El Paso?
Albuquerque's a dump.
Albuquerque is a dump, but Santa Fe is spectacular.
Is it real? I've only been to Albuquerque, so that's all I know about New Mexico.
I family on my dad's side, although I don't think anybody's still there or alive there. But a lot of lot of family, because my grandpa was from New Mexico but pretty much lived in Oklahoma. But he's buried at the National Cemetery in Santa Fe. But I had family in Las Cruces and in Gallup and in Albuquerque and Santa Fe. In fact, one of my cousins from Albuquerque, to give you an idea of what I know about Albuquerque, he was famous one time. He was on a TV show once. It's called Cops.
And why was he famous? In the back of a cop car?
Well, yeah. I mean, Jeremy made Cops.
Okay.
Yeah, the family group text was lovely.
Yeah, nice.
Albuquerque's lovely.
Yeah. Well, it was the UTSA Roadrunners that took me to Albuquerque. I don't know what bowl game they have out there, but they played New Mexico, and I went out there, still on TV, and out there, and I couldn't wait to get the hell out of Albuquerque.
Yeah,
it was that nice.
And Miguel says, imagine how much more beautiful the city will look on TV with that entertainment district.
Absolutely. Somebody brought that up on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Can you imagine you got the Roadrunners in the Alamodome? If the Spurs were playing downtown in the new Wemby Center, how much the excitement that would be downtown tonight with an entertainment district? It would be off the hook.
I would imagine we'd be live somewhere downtown.
I would imagine we would be. That's the kind of stuff we're talking about, and I don't get it. But look, go vote. Early voting is tomorrow. All right, tomorrow's the last day of early voting, and then if you haven't voted, you got to go November 4th. Pledge.
Have you voted yet?
No, he hasn't.
You said you were going to vote today.
I said today or tomorrow.
No, you said today.
He can go tomorrow. That's fine.
Yeah, but he's got a busy day tomorrow.
He's fine. You know what Pledge just wrote up there was that Frank Wilson's bowl. I think it was.
Yeah, it
was.
That was UTSA's first ever bowl game.
That's right.
The New Mexico Bowl.
I think they lost that game.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Because they didn't win a bowl game until
That's
Jeff
right.
Jeff lost his first one, I think.
Yep.
What was it? The overly creative, was it like Glidden Paint?
I don't know what it was.
Just trying to remember what the T-shirt looked like.
I don't know what it was.
That game was like watching paint dry.
Yeah, it was.
So it was appropriately sponsored. The great New Mexico. Did they play Bob Davie in that game?
I have no idea who they played.
Good reporting.
Dude, was that about 100 years ago? It was not a memorable bowl game.
The program's only 15 years old.
It was not a memorable bowl game, okay? So it's like, okay, I can't remember what I reported on. Well, the UTSA lost,
but we had fun in Albuquerque.
Albuquerque sucks, and I can't wait to get home. Back to you, Bill Taylor.
Cold and windy. Did your hair move? Marcus just texted not. It was cold and windy. Your photog at the time.
Was it?
Cold and windy.
I don't even remember that. Marcus has got a memory of an elephant.
And you do not.
I mean, it was in December. I could have guessed that.
Well, of course.
Of course it was. Of course it was. But Albuquerque, I don't know.
You think a random city in New Mexico is going to be warm and sunny when a state is known for their ski resorts?
Went skiing at Ruidoso one time moons ago.
Yeah.
And that's about all I know. So I guess I have been to another place in New Mexico.
What about Angel Fire? You ever been up there?
Never been there, no. No, never been there.
I liked Ruidoso.
Ruidoso was good. Enjoyed that, but that was
it's a casino right around the corner.
Long time ago. That was before I was a degenerate.
Jason, quit asking Joe difficult questions.
Well, I just don't remember.
What'd you eat for lunch?
Today?
It's like now talking to my mother. I don't know what I did yesterday, but let me tell you about 1958.
You know, it just depends. Now, when girls grab me by the behind, I remember that kind of stuff. That I remember like it was yesterday. A horrible bowl game in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I don't remember that. See, Marcus remembers that.
Because nobody grabbed his ass.
Well, nobody grabbed his, but they certainly grabbed mine.
But not at the New Mexico Bowl.
Not at that Bob, thank God. I didn't see anything there. I wanted to grab my ass.
Such a liar.
I have no idea. I don't even remember. When was that? 2008? No, it had to be later than that, right?
The program started in 11.
Okay.
Right?
That's right.
It's probably 15, 16, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Eli on our YouTube says, serious question, where can I vote?
Anywhere.
Any library. I believe any library. Or, Eli, because I don't know what part of town you're on, but you could probably Google voting locations.
But that's only for early voting. Once it's the November 4th, you have to go to a certain place.
Yeah, your spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Eli, I'm not trying to sound like a smartass. Just Google wherever you are. Like, I voted over here by the radio station on the way to work at the what's called Tobin something library right off of Harry Wurzbach. There's also a library by my house. There's different city halls where you could vote. There are a lot of places. I saw Ron Nuremberg posted on video yesterday. He was over at Lions Field, and he was able to vote there. Over 100,000 votes to date, according to Eagle Fan, who's keeping up with it. And probably, I think Kevin's right, it'll be at schools on the 4th.
This was a better game than I thought. The Glidden Bowl that UTSA played in against New Mexico.
Oh, that was the paint, right?
Yeah, it was Glidden. Gildan?
Gildan.
It was Gildan.
Gildan.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. They got their money's worth out of that sponsorship.
It was 23-20 was the final.
Yeah, no, it was heartbreaking loss.
Heartbreaker. Wow. I guess I probably had a real great report
who
on
was
that game.
Who was the quarterback?
It wasn't Sosa, was it? Yeah, it must have been. No, wasn't Sosa. Dude, I don't know.
No, Frank Wilson's the only quarterback this team's ever. I'm kidding.
Frank Harris?
Frank Harris.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. No, I knew there was a Frank in there.
Let's see if I can.
You're looking at the box score.
Dalton Sturm
there
was the
you
quarterback. How about that? How can we forget old Dalton?
Dude, this must be a big-time bowl. Best text of the day. Apparently, you guys stayed at a casino, according to Marcus, and your swag bag wasn't a bag. You got a pen.
Yeah. A pen.
A pen.
Well,
was it a pen like for your lapel or a writing utensil pen?
I think it was a lapel pen, but I'm not 100% positive for that.
Did you buy a T-shirt there?
No, I did not.
Sweatshirt?
No.
I mean, let's go back to what you were wearing the other day.
No.
Your training camp souvenir?
No pen, no sweatshirt.
Mm-hmm.
No. I was in TV back then, man. It was all about whatever was free.
A pen.
Yes, a pen, which I'm sure probably stayed in the hotel room when I left.
No, you probably gave it back and gave it away as a gift.
What? To the Gildan Bowl?
Somebody
Here. You're welcome. The Gildan Bowl.
It was a writing pen.
It was? Hey, Marcus, don't you have something else to do?
He's bringing memory to your memory.
Holy cow.
Stephen Jones will join us in about 15 minutes or so.
In the meantime, the Spurs have a game tonight. They can make franchise history. We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage hosting the Arizona Cardinals for Monday Night Football. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Pre-K, good morning.
Yo, what's correct?
Would you take a picture of your closet someday?
Was it like that MTV show? What was that? Cribs?
Messy Cribs?
Yeah, this is not quite the same as that.
What up, Mom? Who's that
mama.
with you? Oh, you brought another one home last night. Hey, Stan. Or whatever your name is.
No, you ain't going to do my mama like that.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
What does it mean to work with one of the largest personal injury law firms in Texas? At Thomas J. Henry, it means we can take cases all the way to trial when others would have accepted a low settlement offer. It means Thomas J. Henry can put our team of legal minds, investigators, and medical experts to work for you. It means you get personal attention and access to our team when you need us. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
Introducing the new ESPN Fox One bundle. Unlock all of ESPN and all of Fox One with one unbeatable price. Catch the biggest games, college football, NBA, NHL, and more on ESPN. Stream your faves, Big Noon Saturday, the World Series, and NASCAR on Fox One. All for just $39.99 a month. That's 20% off. The ESPN Fox One bundle. Offer valid for eligible subscribers only. Access content from each service separately. Savings compared to purchasing both plans separately. See stream.espn.com for complete terms and conditions.
Guys, we're in the thick of football season, and you know what that means. Underdog, the best place to get in on the action. Playing Underdog so easy. You just pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on their stats. Rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, more. You get it right, you could win up to 5,000 times your money. This week on Underdog, I'm going back to old reliable. My good friend Dakota Prescott keeps on putting up yards. I'm going higher on that. And if we're going with Dak, we might as well pair him up. Let's do CD higher on receptions as well. Double dip with those Dallas Cowboys. Keep the profits rolling. So simple to play. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code ALAMO, ALAMO, to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
At the rodeo, you got 8 seconds to see who's who. Now, AT&T, this ain't our first rodeo. We can spot a hustle from clear across the arena. Take T-Mobile. They talk a big game about price locks, then get smacked for deceptive ads. AT&T's been steady in the saddle since 1876. When you compare, there's no comparison.
Based on RootMetrics United States Root Score Report 1H 2025. Tested with best commercially available smartphones on 3 national mobile networks across all available network types. Your experiences may vary. RootMetrics rankings are not an endorsement of AT&T. Based on advertising challenges of wireless and home internet providers filed from 2022 to 2025.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's a Friday. Thursday night football last night. How'd Lamar look? And we got a big weekend of foots ahead.
Did the Green Wave crush the Roadrunners? And how about the Spurs and the Heat? Weekend hadn't already begun. We got stuff to talk about. Get here early. Party's at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Spurs with an opportunity tonight to go 5-0. They take on the Miami Heat inside the Frost Bank Center. First time they've ever done that. If they get the dub tonight, be the first time in franchise history they've ever started a season 5-0, which still blows me away. Obviously, we've discussed my memory is not the greatest, but that kind of blew me away when I saw that.
It blew Wemby away the other day when he was asked that question. It really is surprising knowing the long history of the Spurs, but also early season loss. I mean, it was a long season and they were going to end up with 40, 50 wins, whatever, right?
Right.
So what I find really interesting is just how well this team is playing, how well this team is playing defensively. So Mitch Johnson and his staff, their focus on the defensive numbers, incredible. And offensively, Wemby doing Wemby things. But aside from Wemby, the contributions you're getting from everybody, what Steph Castle is doing, what Harper is doing, and we still don't have De'Aaron Fox. I mean, this team is off to a far better start than I think most people hoped for.
Absolutely. I mean, I think everybody should be thrilled with what they've done thus far to start off 4-0. But again, the schedule is going to get tougher. The teams that they've beaten, I mean, let's face it, they're not exactly all juggernauts. Now, maybe they will be at some time, but to start the season, they're not. Miami's a good team. They're 3-1. They probably have, if not the best coach, certainly one of them in the NBA, and Eric Spoelstra. So I think this team is going to be a big test for this Spurs team tonight. And if they can get the W here, then I think people need to get off it. I see this. I even heard Rob this morning talking about, look, the schedule's been kind of weak to start. Mm-hmm. And he's right. He's absolutely right. But I think winning a game like tonight against Miami will certainly should end that kind of talk.
Well, I mean, when you think about, though, I think it does all just come back to year 3 Wemby. And his approach to the game is different. The fact that he's not jacking up a bunch of three-pointers. In fact, the game the other night, he didn't take a three-point attempt. First time in his career, he didn't attempt a three. His scoring average right now, he's shooting 60%, where it was like 47 last year, because he's more efficient. His points per game is up. Yet he's still getting the blocks. He's had a block in 89 straight games. But his three-point attempts, even though the other night he didn't take one, he's averaging just 3 a game. Where last year, I think it was, 9-10 a game? I mean, he lived outside the arc. Now his mentality is the efficiency and willing to pass up a good shot, good to great. You know, that old beautiful game mentality. Steph Castle, dude, is, I mean, year 2 of Steph, my goodness. And the rookie, granted, 4 games, but what he's done to start, future certainly bright for this squad.
Well, just Dylan Harper's athletic ability is amazing. Steph Castle, too. But look, De'Aaron Fox coming back is going to improve this team. I've heard talk, well, boy, how are they going to fit De'Aaron Fox in? Well, they need De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
They need him. They didn't pay him all that money because they don't need him. Yeah. They need him, and it's going to make this team a lot better. You could even say maybe Jeremy Sohan, at least defensively, we'll see. How he works his way back in will be interesting to see. But certainly De'Aaron Fox, and I'm ready for him to get back. And that should be any day, is my understanding. I hope this guy comes back pretty soon and gets back in the lineup and gets going. But
next week is early November.
Well,
that was the timeline.
Yeah, you gotta have hope. I mean, you got to have hope, and just what you've seen out of these guys, what you've seen out of Wemby, screw everybody else. Just what you've seen out of this guy. I mean, he's just playing at another level than anything we've seen.
I'm wondering what he's going to wow us with tonight, because you know it's going to happen.
I'm sure. There was an article that came up, and it bothers me when this happens. When you're talking about, and the headline on the article is Wemby something the best we've seen, the best start we've ever seen to something else, and is Cooper Flagg already a bust?
Oh, stop.
And I'm like, please. You know, I understand you got to write articles and you got to have stuff and all of that, but that kind of stuff baffles me. Stephen Jones is coming up next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water system when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great-tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
Call 656-PURE-Connecticut.
Hey, it's football season, and your furry MVP deserves a win. Hey, it's Rob, and reminding you, Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit in Selma is a luxury pet care resort with over 17,000 square feet of fun, plus training, spa days, and acres to play. Book today at 210-750-1298.
It's lights out for Tulane. The UTSA Roadrunners host the Green Wave, presented by Cowboys Heating and AC, in a primetime national television game Thursday night in the Alamodome. Kickoff at 6:30 p.m. All fans are encouraged to wear black. Come celebrate Halloween with us and turn the lights out on Tulane. Tickets on sale starting at $24. Purchase online at goutsa.com or call 210-458-8872. Be there, because when we win, San Antonio wins.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio, 444-4444.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and top users make $200 to $300 per month.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code STEER25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code STEER25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code STEER25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Cowboys with a Monday night game coming up against the Arizona Cardinals. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And let's talk about it. Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Big game Monday, then, of course, the trade deadline at Tuesday. I know you won't tell me which way, but are you getting more calls than you're making? How is it like Thursday before a trade deadline coming up on Tuesday?
Oh, it's fine. I mean, you do a lot of homework leading up to it, so it's activity, but not nothing that you're not keeping up with. And of course, there's some things you can easily eliminate because you don't have interest, and maybe a handful of things that intrigue you.
Well, I would imagine there's probably some offers that you just shake your head at and say, "Please, thank you, have a nice day." Stephen, when you look at the trade deadline and when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, do you look at both sides when it comes to buying and selling?
Absolutely. I mean, we have people call on players, and we have areas where we have depth, and sometimes player for player can be very interesting to us, and a lot of times we're also in consideration for giving up a player for us getting a pick and vice versa. So it goes all ways.
Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys here on the Blitz. Earlier in the week, Jerry indicated there isn't one move out there that could make a major impact on this defense that would say, all right, we'll make this move and this makes us a Super Bowl contender. And that might be very well true, but are there some moves out there that you think you guys could or should make that can help this defense?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that go into us improving as a defense as we move forward. Certainly, if you can find a player who upgrades you, as I've always said, we're always looking for that every year. And whether it's by trade, whether it's, player acquisition, it comes in a lot of shapes, forms, and fashions. So we're always looking for that. But, the other ingredients that go into this is, some of the good players we have on defense, continuing to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. And same time, Coach Eberflus understanding what our guys do best and, how that evolves. And then, of course, the other thing is we're going to be getting healthier. Obviously, we missed 3 out of 4 starters on the defensive side between our safeties being hurt and certainly Diggs. And then so those guys are going to be getting back, Hooker and Dono Wilson and Wanye. All those are guys that will help us in the back end. And then Rebel is really looking good out there, and I think he can bring something to the table. But the biggest one of all, of course, is getting Overshown back and helping our linebacking core. He was one of our best players on defense before he got hurt last year.
Yeah, Stephen, the injury report just came out. We just got it a few minutes ago. We saw that Ravel and Overshown were limited in practice. What exactly are they doing right now in practice?
Yeah, they're just ramping up. They hadn't played any football. They didn't get to do mini camps or any of those things, and then, of course, didn't get to do training camps. So this is their ramp-up time. They're not limited by their injury. They're more limited of just doing smart about getting them in football shape. And they're certainly running. They start off running with the scout teams and getting that work, doing special teams work. Hard for them to take reps away from people who are going to be playing in the games. But certainly they get ready to ramp up and hopefully play in the Raiders game. That's just going to continue to increase in terms of their repetitions with the top defenses.
Stephen, Nick Harris from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram tweeted earlier today that Overshown left practice early with the training staff. Anything going on there that would be concerning?
No, he had just a dislocation of his thumb that they had to put back in.
Oh, that's easy.
Right back out.
Put that thumb back in. You're good.
You're good to go. Those things are light in this league. I mean, a little dislocation or your finger. I had it happen to be in college, pointing the wrong direction where it's not supposed to go. Looks a little alarming at first, but once they get it back in, you feel fine.
I love that. That was a great answer, Stephen, I'll say. I got to ask you, can we get Kyler Murray a loss inside Jerry World? That guy he's been great there.
Oh, my gosh. I think he's undefeated. He's pretty much undefeated, I think, in Texas for the most part. I think he may have lost a couple at A&M, but what an amazing high school career he had, going undefeated and winning. I think it was at least 3 state championships, and never lost a game, and then had a great college career. I mean, he's just a competitor. He wins, and yes, that's our goal, is to hopefully put that streak to an end. But I'm sure he's going to have his competitive juices flowing, coming back home to where he won all those championships. And Cardinals have a really good football team, but it'll be great to be back at home in front of our home fan base. And, it'd be huge for us to get a win as we head into our bye.
Absolutely.
And get healthy. It would really, I think do a lot for this football team. So it's a big, big game. I know it's a big game for the Cardinals, but it's a huge game for us as well.
Well, good luck Monday night.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, Tuesday being the trade deadline. And it's going to be a busy weekend for you, I'm sure. Stephen, always appreciate you jumping on.
Great being on, guys. Y'all have a great weekend.
Appreciate it.
too.
Stephen Jones on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com.
Obviously, he's not going to tell us what they're looking at or what. But I think today was a little more open than he has been in the past. I'm not saying a whole heck of a lot, but I'm just saying I think that look, they'll look at anything. If somebody wants one of their players where they have some depth, they would consider that, and they're buyers as well. So it's good to know.
Again, we've all followed the Cowboys long enough to kind of get an idea of the kind of moves that they make. Like, nobody was surprised what Philadelphia did the other day. That's what they do, right? Cowboys have made moves at the making trades. Some make sense. Some are Jonathan Mingo or Trey Lance, right? But even the Mingo trade made sense, and this is what the kind of moves that I think you look for right now. Mingo made sense when they did it. They knew they needed a tall wide receiver. They didn't have that. Tolbert wasn't a red zone threat. Turpin isn't a red zone threat. We're going to use a fourth-round guy on a guy that, well, liked them coming out of college. How often do we hear that? And so they did that. And, of course, he didn't mix in last year. Well, then Pickens became available. That was not in the game plan. They made that move, which made Mingo not make sense now. But had they come into the season with CeeDee Lamb and Mingo, then and Mingo was playing well, none of us would have been mad at that move last year. But that's what the Cowboys tend to do. What can help us right now, but also what is going to help us down the road. And if Pickens doesn't become available, Mingo's probably having a hell of a year in this offense. That move did make sense, but everything's fluid. You added in George Pickens. Now we don't really need this Mingo guy. Can they now flip him to somebody else?
Or if you're not thinking about George Pickens in your future, do you keep Mingo moving forward? So because that to me, and I just saw our buddy John Machota, they asked George Pickens about, would he be willing to sign in season or wait till the offseason? He said, well, that's pretty much up to Jerry Jones. And which to me is a little misleading in that respect because it does take two to tango. It's not just Jerry saying sign here with whatever Jerry wants to sign him for. Having said that, it depends on what their plan is with him. And they're going to tell you, yeah, well, we'd like to keep him and we'll sign him, but for what price? How much is going to be too much for a George Pickens when it comes to Jerry and Steven? So all of those things have to be factored in when you're talking about trading a guy away. I think you can find another wide receiver, perhaps, in the draft. They wanted Ted McMillan, and if they would have drafted that guy, George Pickens wouldn't be here. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Pickens in the offseason and what the Cowboys decide to do.
And again, you think about, they keep talking about this team getting healthy. Looking at the injury report that just came out, Cooper Beebe, a full participant. That dude hasn't been a full participant since he hurt his ankle.
Mm-hmm.
His designated to return window is open. I look at that. Cooper Beebe's playing this week. You're getting that offensive line healthier. Marshawn Nealand, Reddy, and Kenny Clark were also full participants. The only, Sanborn and Wilson, the only ones that matter that were DMPs. Everybody else that you might think on the injury report limited. And as you heard, Overshown just got his finger put back on. No big deal. that was
great.
Easy.
No biggie.
Could you imagine? I don't know if Steven and Jerry were in the office looking down at practice or on the field, but you see Overshown in the training staff, and you're probably saying, oh, bleepity, 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 bleep, and you're immediately it's just your finger, put it back in and get back out there.
Exactly. And Steven's right. As flippant as that sounds, dislocate your finger, you put it back in, and you get back to work. I mean, that's just kind of a very minor thing. So it's good to know, though. I'm glad he cleared that up because when we saw the initial report, it was like, oh, boy.
There we go.
Yeah, is that something wrong with that knee? It's just a dislocated finger.
Yeah.
Get back in there.
Yeah, no worries. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Rub some dirt on it.
The Jerry Jones comment, though, yesterday, it's why Cowboy fans are always so frustrated with Jerry. And I get it. I'm the same way. I read that, and I know he's joking. I know Jerry is, he's trying to be funny. I'm got $100 billion in oil and gas right now sitting on the table. That's why I'm talking to you and not trying to fix our defense. That's Jerry being Jerry. But it's also the reason why Jerry gets hammered so much, and Jerry is fine with it. He is. And all the stuff that's going to come with it. Well, Jerry, you can't be an NFL owner part-time. It's a full-time gig. Yeah, you can't be a $100 billion gas guy part-time either, I would assume. But, Jerry's able to have a couple of full-time jobs. And again, you and I know, and you guys listening know, there are times when you choose not to believe this or acknowledge it, but they do have an entire football staff. It's not just Jerry and Steven in a room making decisions without any other input.
Well, not only that, I mean, with his oil and gas business, he's not sitting in that office either saying, let's make this deal and that deal. He's got a staff in there that takes care of that stuff. So, look, Jerry was joking, and people are all upset about that comment. It's like, come on.
Well, and again,
I mean, really, Jerry's not doing that. Jerry makes the final decision. But if there's stuff to be made, it's Steven and Will McClain that are taking the phone calls and deciding whether they want to pursue something or not. Jerry's not doing that.
But even Dak said, I don't know the full context of it, do know a piece of it. Being a fan, you read that. Of course, it can definitely be frustrating, but in that sense, I would just say the guy has never really lied about who he is or what he is trying to do. Hopefully he was talking about in that particular moment, maybe in those 5 minutes, is what he was alluding to, and having a chance at $100 billion opportunity. I think you might take 5 minutes as well to answer a call. Hopefully that's what he means. But players, you can't control that. Fans, you understand the frustration. And I appreciate Dak's answer there because it's true. Because the Cowboys haven't won in forever, and even the Cowboys don't even really acknowledge that.
This drought that people say we're in terms of a championship game or a Super Bowl.
You're in a drought, Steven. Not that people say with air quotes, if you remember when he said that.
I do. Look, people are just going to hate Jerry Jones to hate Jerry Jones.
Yep.
They are. And again, we've gone over this time, and yes, a lot of times it's Jerry's fault. Sometimes it's not. And it's true. Sometimes it's not. So, but, Jerry's a villain, and he's always going to be. And guess what, Cowboy fan? He ain't going nowhere until he's 6 feet under.
And he loves being the villain. Now, that said, sometimes players get asked questions that aren't necessarily I mean, George Pickens was asked, "Hey, you want a contract now?" Well, that ain't up to me. It's up to Jerry. And Jerry going to say it takes two?
Well, of course he is.
I mean, George Pickens didn't say, yeah, my agent's been calling, and Jerry won't answer because apparently he doesn't know who he is. Pickens' agent is the same one that Micah Parsons has, right? I don't recognize that number. I ain't answering it. I mean, but again, Pickens could easily say, yeah, we've been trying to get a hold of him, or I want to get a deal done now. But even the players in the locker room now, we'll just blame Jerry. It's up to Jerry.
And that's why fans, and it's stuff like that pisses off Cowboy fans. And Pickens, look, Pickens has to agree to this too. And again, I'm in firm belief that Pickens doesn't want to do anything during the season. Pickens knows he's going to make a hell of a lot of money somewhere, whether that's in Dallas or somewhere else next year. Why would you sign a contract now and limit your earning ability just because, well, everybody wants me to stay here, so I guess I'll stay here?
I mean, even if he signed for $25 million a year, which isn't in the 30s, which is probably what he's looking for, it's still $100 million on a 4-year deal.
I get it, but he's not going to do that. He's not going to do it. Why would he? Somebody's going to make that man a number one wide receiver. Somebody is.
Yeah, but he might be having to play in Cleveland for that.
Well, and
well, maybe he'd rather have $10 million less and not play in Cleveland.
I'm sure.
I mean,
what NFL player do you know that would take $10 million less?
I'm just saying that he's got to go somewhere where there's a quarterback. He now knows, and I don't even believe what I'm saying right now, just to be clear.
I know you don't.
He knows what it was like to play without a quarterback, and now he knows what it's like to play with a quarterback. And there's got to be some value there. Is it going to take $10 million less? No. But what is the number? And what is the number for happiness? Known hell versus unknown hell. And we know what he was like when he didn't have a quarterback. And we've not seen a sign of that George Pickens at all. The Pickens we thought we were getting from Pittsburgh is not the guy that is playing now for the Dallas Cowboys attitude-wise.
The guy's in a contract year. He's going to act like a baby now? No, he's not. I mean, come on. He's not going to act like a baby. He's in a contract year. Once he gets a contract, then he can cry and moan and pout on the sidelines all he wants.
You know, you're starting to sound like Jerry. I mean,
it's true.
I mean, Micah, you didn't know how to do it. I mean, we had a meeting about leadership. You've done it right for 6 weeks. Can you do it right for 6 years before I give you all that money?
Dude, Pickens is going to be a number one guy somewhere. And all of this stuff is, they should have signed him to a deal immediately, or why are they waiting for it? It's just going to cost more. Pickens knows that. He knows it. So why would he give anybody a break?
Well, and again, depending on first off, the argument of signing him immediately is a dumb one to make, because when they made that trade, the plan was to still sign Micah Parsons. You couldn't afford to sign a George Pickens until after you traded away Micah Parsons. Now, if you go back to you should have traded Micah in March if you were going to trade him, then that's everything. But the day they made that trade, they could not have signed him to a long-term deal, because at that point, that money was allocated to Micah Parsons. Now that money is allocated to the Jason and Joe Beer Fund.
Boy, I wish. We'd have a hell of a lot of beer, wouldn't we?
Fly by Yingling in the swimming pool.
Yes. Beer Santa would be happy, wouldn't he?
Oh, we'd all be retired. We'd be looking like those AC and heater guys during the freeze.
Exactly right. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I contend that Pickens is going to want too much money. And I don't think CeeDee Lamb would be happy if George Pickens is the highest paid wide receiver on this team. I just don't think that would mesh well. I really don't. I could be wrong, but I just don't think it would.
You know, it's interesting because I don't know how much that matters in the sense of they all know you're only going to be the highest paid for so long, and it's timing. The next one is going to get there.
Team.
But again, though, I mean, now you look at Jamar Chase's salary versus T. Higgins, and I don't know that you can get away with that in Dallas. I don't know how upset CD would be if that was the case, because a CD that says it's 1A, 1B, you're next, you're going to get paid. He got his, and he's playing at that level. You know, bank accounts being bank accounts, and I get it, and it is a measuring stick. Trust me. I mean, you go into any of those locker rooms, they all know what everybody's making.
Absolutely.
You know, they all like, oh man, they dropped yours on the chair. They brought mine in, with a forklift in a big crate. I mean, that kind of talk happens in the locker room. But you also, CD gets paid. Next year, somebody else is going to make it. If they're winning games, it doesn't matter as much, I don't think. If they're not winning games, that's when we'll see Pickens, and that's why I'm worried about this game against the Cardinals. I mean, the Cardinals are 2-5, but they don't suck.
No,
right?
not at all.
Now, granted, they've been without Kyler for a couple games, but even with Kyler, they've lost 5 games in a row, and all are one-score games. I mean, 16-15, 23-20, 22-21, 31-27, 27-23. I mean, that might be the most frustrated team because they have been so close.
And those aren't slouch teams, are they? I know one of them was the Colts because it cost me money one time, that 31-27 game.
Yeah, they lost to the Niners 16-15. The Seahawks 23-20.
Good team.
The Titans 22-21.
Okay, that's.
I mean, the Colts 31-27. The Packers 27-23. And that was a game they should have won until one of Joe's favorite players on planet Earth wrecked the fourth quarter and got 3 sacks. Got him a Player of the Week award after that.
They should have. There's a lot of games they should have won. They should have won the 49ers game.
They should have won all of those games.
Exactly. So you're right. What your point that you're making is absolutely right. This is not just because their record's 2-5. This is not a cupcake coming into Jerry World. So this is going to be a tough game. And again, as we talked with Stephen Jones a few minutes ago, Kyler Murray's never lost in Jerry World. And Stephen added in the state of Texas. So he's coming in there. He's got a lot of confidence, and he's been hurt. And this is his first game back. So this is not going to be an easy game for the Cowboys to win. This is a game that it's going to be tough.
You know, the good news for the Cowboys, offensively, at home, they've scored 40 or more in every game at home. They're 2-0-1 at home. In that building, Dak Prescott and those guys have been lighting up the scoreboard. I mean, 44, 40, and 40 are their point totals in their home games this year, which is pretty incredible. You know, the unfortunate part is their defense also plays. And they gave up 37 to the Giants, and they gave up 40 to the Packers. The only offense they really corralled was Marcus Mariota in the Command Skins, 44-22, the final in that one.
Yeah, and that was without two of their best wide receivers to exploit that secondary. Look, they're going to have to score 40, I think, Monday night to win this game.
Yep.
They're going to have to because the Cardinals are going to put some points on the board. Going to be interesting. Very interesting. No doubt about it. I'm looking forward to it, though, you know. Another big weekend of football. And guess what? It all starts tonight. Tonight is a big night, including the UTSA Roadrunners at the Alamodome. A blackout against Tulane and a donkey of a head coach for them.
Yeah.
Don't like that guy. He sounds like an arrogant SOB. We'll hear from him, too. And we'll talk some UTSA football when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro, especially if you need caps made. Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, including the popular Richardson 112-style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike Cap America, to name a few. If you need T-shirts, screen-printed, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need uniforms, he has over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries. And if you just need your logo on any other kind of gear, a nice golf shirt, dress shirt, fishing shirt, long sleeve dress shirt, hoodie, half zip. Sam's got all the big name brands: Under Armour, North Face, Eddie Bauer, Travis Matthew, Nike, Port Authority, to name a few. And Sam also now carries a full line of Tommy Bahama. You want your logo on a nice Tommy Bahama golf shirt, quarter zip jacket, go see Sam. Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices. Sam is the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too big, no order too small. All items do come with a warranty. Call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410 right there across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is KTFM Floresville and streaming online at sasportstar.com.
Blue Star Tequila, the world's first and only 100% night harvested agave. And you might be saying, well, why do I care when it's harvested? It allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and out of the brutal heat. Benefits to workers who would normally work into the heat of the day. It's just better for the flavoring. And speaking of flavoring, it's 100% additive free. No flavoring, sweetening, or coloring added, and it's unfiltered. Live your life unfiltered and do it with Blue Star Tequila. Find Blue Star Tequila at Alamo City Liquors, Costco, Specs, and Total Wine.
At the rodeo, you got 8 seconds to see who's who. Now, AT&T, this ain't our first rodeo. We can spot a hustle from clear across the arena. Take T-Mobile. They talk a big game about price locks, then get smacked for deceptive ads. AT&T's been steady in the saddle since 1876. When you compare, there's no comparison.
Based on RootMetrics United States Root Score Report 1H 2025. Tested with best commercially available smartphones on 3 national mobile networks across all available network types. Your experiences may vary. RootMetrics rankings are not an endorsement of AT&T. Based on advertising challenges of wireless and home internet providers filed from 2022 to 2025.
You're invited to come in and kickstart your holiday shopping at Macy's on Saturday the 1st. Join us for a day full of styling how-tos, festive fashion events, free giveaways, and so much more. Even better, it's all happening during our Friends and Family sale, so you can take 30% off top designers that rarely go on sale, plus 15% off beauty, too. Don't miss the fun this Saturday at Macy's. More at macys.com/events. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
The Halloween parties at the Rue Pub have become legendary. Plan now for the biggest and best Halloween party in San Antonio, Friday, October 31st. Kick off the party weekend at the 12th annual Halloween party with DJs inside the Rue Pub and Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. No cover charge and a $1,000 costume contest at midnight. This is the Halloween party you don't want to miss. Friday, October 31st, the Halloween party of the year. We'll see you at the Rue and wear a costume.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Big sports night, including the Spurs, looking to get off to their first ever 5-0 start to the season in franchise history. Wimby and company take the court inside the Frost Bank Center tonight against the Miami Heat. They'll tip at 7:30. Thursday night football is right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Baltimore travels to Miami to take on the Dolphins. Lamar Jackson is back, and the UTSA Roadrunners in the Alamodome against the Tulane Green Wave.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowt.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Well, happy Thursday, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday. Now, I know if you're getting off work right now, you're having a great Thursday because your day's over. You're sliding right into the weekend. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix.
Big Thursday, get off work, and you got games to go to. You
I'm
head to the Alamodome for UTSA, the Frost Bank Center for the Spurs. Before you do any of that, though, as I'm watching them preview tonight's Ravens-Dolphins game, a game you can listen to here on 94.1, brought to you by Flight by Yingling. Make sure you get your picks in at the Pro Football Pick'em Challenge at sasportstar.com. Weekly winners get that gift card to the Mellow Mushroom. End of the year, local grand prize winner, $1,000 worth of tickets to A-Awesome Tickets.
I got my picks in.
Do you?
Absolutely. Yeah, see if anybody can get close to me this week. We'll see.
We'll see. I mean, there's people close to you.
Well,
but you're still at the top of the leaderboard. I'll give you credit for that.
I'm telling you, I don't know, how close they are. It's got to be intimidating.
2 games, dude.
It's got to be intimidating, huh?
2. It's early.
It's
and there will be a week in which you will forget to make your picks, and it's all going to go down the toilet.
As long as I'm on top of that leaderboard, you can bet your butt I will not forget to make picks.
So the minute you are 2 games behind because you had an off week, and then you'll say, screw it, I'm done?
No.
See, and that's what you can't do. That's why you get that weekly gift card to the Mellow Mushroom.
No, I will I will make the I'll make the picks. Don't you worry about that.
Okay.
Everybody else needs to worry about that, but not me. I will make those picks. No question about it.
UTSA, they got Tulane tonight in the Dome. And such a great day for San Antonio, for the publicity to the city. And you'll have it on ESPN tonight on national TV for the UTSA game, but also, Spurs are playing tonight.
They are.
Great exposure for our city. But what we saw today with the Sports Center on campus bit, that was incredible. The turnout. And Matt Berry, who hosts it, the anchor, kept saying over and over, the biggest turnout they've ever had for the campus.
They were impressed. The folks at ESPN.
Even saw Matt Berry tweeted, everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah.
And he's right. One of the big things, and we talked about it the other day with Jeff Traylor, it's Halloween. They're going to judge the Halloween costume contest.
You know what, Brian Custer? This SC is for me and everyone here at UTSA. They've given us the biggest crowd we've ever had. And now the big moment. Halloween Eve, the costume contest. Tom Luganville picked the finalist. Jeff Traylor, the head coach, is going to pick the winner, who's going to get a swag bag and then tacos from our friends at Las Palapas, who were kind enough to bring us tacos out. You got to have tacos when you're in San Antonio. So, Luke's, again, the finalists, go ahead.
Well, so we got Harry Potter here. We've got UTSA Nacho Libre, and we've got the Bill Miller Demon. Now, Coach, I know you don't have anything important going on today, so you've spent a lot of time on this. Who's the winner and why?
Much respect for all 3 choices, but I got to go with the Nike shoe game, Nacho Libre.
So,
swag bag.
Give Nacho, 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 Nacho. Now, Mr. Nacho, we can't demask you for the tacos, so I'll give the tacos to the other guys, so you guys can have some tacos.
Consolation tacos.
But what does this moment mean in your life?
Well, it means a lot because I've never won anything like this, but what I care about most is UTSA winning tonight!
Nacho, 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 Nacho. All right, Custer, Nacho wins. Tacos for everyone. Let's go.
Tacos for everyone. Where are ours?
I think they meant everybody that was out there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it's there, but you could hear just how loud and crazy it was. And it looked great on television.
Oh, it really did.
Well done for everybody at UTSA that organized that. It was a home run. Will it be tonight against Tulane? And what I find interesting is John Summerall, the head coach of Tulane, he knows it's going to be loud tonight in the Dome, but he doesn't think it's going to be the fans that are the reason it's loud.
I don't want to address the stuff with our team in the season very much, so my way of addressing it to them is looking them in the eye and going, hey, no distractions. Everybody good? Good. Let's freaking get ready for practice. I'm not distracted by any of it. I'm trying to go 1-0 Thursday night. That's it. In a place that nobody in conference has gone into that place and gone 1-0 in 5 years. That's got my focus fully.
They're noisy there. I mean, it's noisy in that stadium.
Yeah.
Can you address that?
Yeah, we've practiced with crowd noise for a couple of days. Today was a walkthrough day, so we didn't. We'll have it back out tomorrow. I think they pipe some noise in. I think they do a good job. They do. If you watch like the European soccer or whatever, and they got those little sticks people bang, they got those things in the stadium. So they make some artificial noise, kind of like at Mississippi State. You play, they got the cowbell. It's a way to create more noise. I think they may pipe some in through the speakers. I don't really know. I don't think it's legal. I don't think anybody's investigating it. We just got to be ready for it. So we should be prepared for it, hopefully. But they have, I think that's helped them create a home field advantage for sure. It's been loud there for people.
Yeah, it's not about how the team plays. It's all about the crowd noise. What a donkey.
You know, although his name has been rumored for some of the jobs out there. That was the first part of that clip. Not a distraction. I love it where I'm at. They all say that. They all say that. The crowd noise thing is comical. Be loud tonight if you're going to the dump.
Yeah,
if you're listening
loud
to us in Lot A or B right now, tailgating, be loud tonight, extra loud. But that is part of the problem in college football is coaches getting fired in the middle of the season, and this year it feels more than we are used to seeing at this point in the season. It's Halloween is tomorrow, and just part of what's wrong with college football. And we talked about that earlier today, the problems with college football with legendary Texas Longhorn head coach Mack Brown, who will be at the Quarterback Club speaking next Wednesday. And he said a big part of it right now is who's in charge of the NCAA.
Well, I agree with Steve and with Jeff, and they're both great people and tremendous coaches and friends of mine. But they're right. Who is the boss? Who are making decisions? Why don't we all get in a room and make decisions on what's best for this great game, the kids that play it, the coaches that coach it, and the fans that support it? That wouldn't be hard. And we're just not doing that. The NFL has a better model than college football for the first time ever. And I think that is where it's headed. So until we get the commissioners, the NCAA, the Congress, the presidents, the athletics directors, all in a room with some of the top coaches and say, okay, how do we figure this out? NFL figured it out, but we're all over the place. And I don't see it changing very quickly. And now you're seeing more parity because everybody can buy a quarterback. And now you're seeing more parity because everybody can buy a running back. And all of a sudden you look up and the Vanderbilts and the Indianas and the Texas Techs, who have not been able to recruit the top players in the country, now have money. So the brand is as important as it used to be. Because those three, just for example, right now are in the mix as a top 15 team that could win national championships, and that has not been the case in the future. In the past.
No doubt. It's great having Mack Brown on. He was on with us earlier in the show, and just great stuff from Mack Brown. If you missed that, you can certainly go to the Audio Vault and take a listen. I recommend it.
Yeah, the Audio Vault there at sasportscenter.com, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. And again, I think part of that, you can go buy a quarterback. Interesting that he would say brand doesn't matter as much because it's about the money. But also, patience from the big money guys aren't there. You know, you don't win, your coach is going to get fired. I mean, you asked him. I mean, you know, these $50 million buyouts, even Mack Brown said, not sustainable.
The truth is, as quick as people are firing coaches, you need a buyout. Or you need to be paid so much that it's harder for people to fire you when they get mad. You look at James Franklin, he's in the fourth quarter, or he's in overtime with Oregon with a 7-point lead and has a team that might win the national championship, and 2 weeks later he gets fired. And that's hard to believe. And he's got one of the best records in college football, and how are they going to hire somebody better? So that's the other thing. These people are quick to fire, but unless you've got somebody you know you can hire that's better, better be careful. Be careful what you wish for. Because everybody wants the one that got gone because you knew too much about him. You don't know anything about the one you're going to get. And you're going to find out, and then 3 more years you're going to be looking at that too. So my thought would be that the buyouts are tough on everybody. They're not sustainable. You can't have these $50 million buyouts and NIL at the same time.
Well, I wonder if he was talking about his situation in North Carolina.
Well, I mean, but
they fired me. You knew what you had in me, but be careful of the guy you hire.
You know, and when you go to the audio vault to listen to Mack Brown, how he responds to the North Carolina question was, well, go listen, sasportstar.com. Again, Mack Brown next week at the Quarterback Club meeting. If you want to go see him, all the details at saqbclub.com.
We're going to talk Spurs basketball in a little bit, but because Bam Adebayo had some comments today, or a comment today, about one Victor Wembanyama. We'll do that coming up at the bottom of the hour. But first, the General, John McClain. He's coming up next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Last year, we bought over 54,000 cars from your friends and neighbors. Why did they sell us their cars? Because we pay more at GiveMeTheVin.com. And why do we pay more? Because you and I both know that your car is worth more than others will offer you. And your time is worth more, too. I'm John Clay Wolf, and I created GiveMeTheVin.com. Sell me your car faster and hassle-free because you're worth more.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
It's lights out for Tulane. The UTSA Roadrunners host the Green Wave, presented by Cowboys Heating and AC, in a primetime national television game Thursday night in the Alamodome. Kickoff at 6:30 p.m. All fans are encouraged to wear black. Come celebrate Halloween with us and turn the lights out on Tulane. Tickets on sale starting at $24. Purchase online at goutsa.com or call 210-458-8872. Be there, because when we win, San Antonio wins.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at HEB.
Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done, with precision and without shortcuts. Makita tools are built the same way, with a dedication to lasting quality, trusted performance, and results that reward your effort year after year. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Boo! I'm your old cheap water softener. Trick or treat, I've got news for you. I'm not working again. Some days I just don't feel like it.
Just imagine what the inside of your home's pipes look like with all that hard water. Now that's scary.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
I'm Jason at Connecticut Quality Water Softeners of San Antonio and the Hill Country. Don't let your old sporadic water softener ruin your house. Get a Connecticut. A Connecticut system can actually lengthen the life of your appliances, protect your pipes from buildup, and gives you soft skin and silky smooth hair.
Oh, don't listen to him. Stick with me, your old junky water softener. I'm lazy, but cute.
There's a reason Dave Ramsey says a Connecticut is the last water softener you ever own. Call us at 210-656-PURE. And right now, we'll give you a free reverse osmosis drinking station right at your kitchen sink.
Woo, I'm tired. I need to take another break.
ConnecticutSA.com.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
I want to show off the prep that I did for this interview, so if you've got your pen ready, write this down.
Got it, I'm ready.
Bo Nix this season, 4.9 yards per drop back against zone coverage, 6.2 yards per drop back against man coverage. So just throwing that out there.
All right, well, I got to go change the game plan, guys. All that man-to-man you guys want to see. Let me go get Flus.
Now you tell him, hey, man, back to the drawing board, buddy. Your old stuff is going to work here.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
We know it was good to see the Texans look like the Texans again last Sunday. Beat the San Francisco 49ers, and, well, C.J. Stroud had a pretty good game. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix.
The General John McClain joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And who were those guys wearing Texans uniforms?
Well, on offense, it was guys that took advantage of another injury decimated defense like they've done at Baltimore, now against 49ers. And if they were to beat Denver leads the NFL in sacks, and they have allowed the fewest. I've never seen that. I'm sure it's probably happened, but I haven't seen it. And the Texans have a pretty good double going, too, because they lead the league in fewest points allowed and the fewest yards allowed. So it makes sense this would be a defensive-oriented game. But the Texans, Stroud was only hit twice, wasn't sacked. I looked up a while ago. He's been sacked 15 times this year. There are 12 teams that have allowed more sacks, and that's tied with 3. But their sacks are down. While the Broncos have 36, Texans only have 16. Will Anderson Jr. and Daniel Hunter are the ends, and they're the only ones who've rushed the passer. But the defense has played well overall. They're going to have to play a whole lot better to beat the Broncos. This is one of the most important regular season games in Texans history, because if they win here, then they get Jacksonville here. They should beat Jacksonville regardless. Then they go to Tennessee. They should beat Tennessee regardless. And then they host Buffalo in a Thursday night game. They beat Buffalo here last year and forced Josh Allen into the worst game of his career. So you beat the Broncos for your second consecutive victory over a team with a winning record, and then you make your run at the Colts, whose schedule gets more difficult.
You know, John, I don't know how good that Broncos offense really is. I mean, they played the Cowboys last week, and they looked pretty good. But other than that, they hadn't, and they've shown flashes. But that defense is for real. I mean, I could honestly see this thing being one of those just ugly types of games that, well, Houston at the end could pull this thing out.
They could, and Denver's running game's tied for third. J.K. Dobbins, and from LaGrange, Dobbins has overcome 2 major injuries in his career. He was available in June. The Texans signed Nick Chubb over him, and Chubb's doing fine, but Dobbins is doing really well. And the Broncos are averaging 5 yards a carry. Dobbins has had good games against the Texans before. And so you have a really good running game that's tied for third against a good run defense that's given up fewer than 4 yards per carry. So I still think it'll be a defensive game, and a key for Stroud. He's going to get pressured. They have like 5 guys with at least 4 sacks The Texans have 2 with at least 2. And it's all about Stroud getting the ball out quickly, decisively, and throwing it to the right person.
You know, and CJ obviously has to do that. One of the things that Nick Caley said last week is staying committed to the run game, and it felt like they did that. Although when you look at the stats, you go, well, maybe. I mean, but he did. I mean, they ran the ball effectively. Is that something that you think was told to Nick Caley, and maybe he, or did the light bulb just finally go off for him as a play caller? Sometimes, like we talk about with a player, sometimes the light bulb goes off, and now it's you get into your stride.
Well, it's his baby, and he makes the calls. And obviously, they want to run the ball every game, but they don't run up against injury-depleted defenses every game, unfortunately. And so last week, they rushed for 157 yards and looked good, had great balance. Stroud ran for 30. They'd like for him to do that more, not so much by design, but when he sees opportunity. If they're playing man coverage and he sees the DB's got his back toward him, take off. He's learned to slide. He spent the off season with somebody teaching him how to slide into second base, and he learned how to slide. So, but if they get pressure on him, he's going to throw bad balls. He's going to rush it like he did against Seattle. So if the Texans were to win this game, I will buy in to them as being a legitimate playoff contender and not just an offense that beats up injury-depleted defenses. But if they have another game like they had against Seattle, they're already 1-4 against teams with winning records. This would be 1-5. Then I think they'll probably at most win like 8 games.
Well, the good news is, John, and that Nico Collins looks like he's going to be back. So C.J. Stroud will have him. He wasn't there last week, and some of those no-name guys kind of stepped up and helped out. That was good to see, I would think.
Absolutely they did, Joe, and he had spread the ball around. I believe 5 players had at least 4 catches. And people are talking about Christian Kirk being back to start in the slot. I don't want him. I want Jalen Knoll, the rookie, 3rd-round pick who's a big play guy. I want him returning punts over Braxton Berrios, who had a good game as a receiver. And Kirk's hurt a lot, but, man, he's not going to get any better. Yes, he's experienced, and yes, he's had a couple of good seasons when he could stay healthy, but he's been hurt too much. And Jalen Knoll is the 3rd-round pick is going to keep getting better, as is Jaden Higgins, a 2nd-round pick. Xavier Hutchinson, the 3rd Iowa State receiver. He had his 3rd touchdown. They hit big plays in the passing game, the running game. That offense worked really well, and Nico Collins and Christian Kirk were out. And now they'll be back, and I'm guessing Kirk will start. And without Patrick Surtain Jr., the reigning NFL Defensive Player of the Year, who's out for a while for the Broncos, people say, well, what's that like? I said, well, it's like if Derek Stingley Jr. were out. You've taken away the best defensive back. So I'm guessing they'll double Nico Collins, which means these other guys got to step up the way they did against the 49ers.
John McClain joining us here on the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Trade deadline coming up Tuesday. We've spent a lot of time talking about what the Cowboys should or shouldn't do. Will they be buyers? Will they be sellers? What about Nick Caserio? Is he going to be a buyer or a seller this weekend?
I think he's got some depth, like linebacker Christian Harris, who was a starter. Then he kept getting hurt. Other guys stepped up, like Henry To'oTo'o, E.J. Speed, next to Azeez Al-Shire, and they play 2 linebackers most of the time. I would think they should trade him to the 49ers because the Texans and Niners run the same defense. It would be easy for him to make an adjustment. I would trade him for the best pick I could get, hopefully a 5, maybe a 6. And if Joe Mixon, there was a sighting that he was in the locker room after the game.
What?
And disappeared. Oh. And we don't know what that means. But could they use another running back here? There's a lot of talk about Breece Hall. Why in the world would the Jets trade their 24-year-old running back who's a star? It wouldn't make any sense. He's part of the rebuild. And so I don't see him trading for anything that would require a pick more than, say, a 6, because he's got multiple 6s.
Well, so that offensive line just as is, John, you think? I mean, they couldn't use something to help bolster that at all?
What, just more chicken? You know what? You're not going to get an offensive lineman at this point of the year. You're not going to give up a 1 or a 2. Denver's offensive line has been great.
Mm-hmm.
It's not loaded with number 1 picks. It's been put together same way the Texans has, low picks, free agents that don't cost a lot of money. The difference is their line's great, and this one's not, even though the offensive line did a really good job against the 49ers. Now, if they can do a really good job against the Broncos, they're going to be heaped with praise locally and nationally, and it will be deserved.
But will they do a good job? What's your gut for Sunday? Houston going to shock the world and beat Denver in something you called the most important game in franchise history?
No, one of the most important games that doesn't have playoff implications. Yes, I think it is, because what it could lead to. Could the Texans win? Sure. Will I pick them? No. I pick them to lose most of the time. I've been wrong 3 times. I think the only time I picked them to win and they've won is against Tennessee. I will pick them to beat the Titans in 3 weeks, but I'm going to take the Broncos like 20-17, a field goal game.
Yeah, I could see that kind of a game, although that's maybe a little more high scoring than I would give. All right, John, we can't have you on without talking a little Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, you know how bad their defense is. Do you think there's anything that they can do to improve that defense enough to get them to the playoffs?
I think they got a chance to earn a wild card berth anyway, because their offense is good. I think they're going to beat the hell out of the Cardinals. Cardinals are not any good. They've won their first 2, and they've lost everything since. Jacoby Brissett played better than Kyler Murray. And they're playing games trying to hide whether Murray's going to be back or not. I don't think it matters. I think the Cowboys will win it handily. And not one player is going to make a difference on whether you're in the playoffs or not on defense. And I think they should not in a draft that is going to be loaded with outside pass rushers, which is their biggest need. Do not give up one of those high picks. And I don't care if it's for Trey Hendricks, who's like 31 or 32. I wouldn't do it.
Nope.
Just bite the bullet and use those picks, because you can use Green Bay's pick or your pick and still get a good pass rusher if you know what you're doing.
Now, John, Kyler Murray is 9-0 at AT&T Stadium.
Yeah, has he won in the NFLs at all, high school and college?
No, he's won. He's won as a Cardinal. Won the Big 12 championship game there in multiple. I think 3 state championships at Allen. Yeah, he's won there as a pro.
And who gives a rat's, what he's done?
Trends, man. It's trends.
Stadium. A trend, yeah. And that trend's going to be he's going to lose his first game there.
There you go. I like that.
Wow.
I like that.
How about that?
I like that.
Well, we'll see. I contend they should just – I don't know. I don't think they can make the playoffs, not with this defense. And I think Denver might have showed the rest of the league a way to slow down that offense. So I'm saying point towards next year. With the picks they have, John, sell some of those guys, get some more picks, and revamp that defense.
He would breathe new life into a defense that's dead.
Dead.
Yes.
John McClain is not. You can follow him on Twitter. That's lively. At McClain_on_NFL. John, always appreciate it, my friend.
Guys, thank you very much as always.
John McClain on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com. Now, if you have YouTube TV, be very, very nervous about that Cowboys-Cardinals game. I didn't realize when I saw every ESPN personality post videos today about Sabia, that deal expires at midnight, and apparently they're not even close.
They're close.
They say they're not even close.
I know what they say.
But think about this. If ESPN and YouTube TV don't get a deal, Monday night's game, if you're a YouTube TV type, won't be on. Welcome to the I hate these. College football this weekend, sure. Monday Night Football, Cowboys and Cardinals. Here we go.
I got a plan B.
I know you got a plan B.
And the Raiders game in a couple of weeks, too.
It won't last that long.
Dude, it won't even last till Monday.
I mean, it could.
Come on.
I mean, remember when ESPN was off of DirecTV for more than a week? It's why I switched. Why we discovered the magic box.
Somebody's going to blink, and that'll happen. We'll see. I don't know. I know what's going to happen right now.
What's that?
We're going to give away a pair of Fandango codes.
Yeah?
How do we give away Fandango codes?
Well, I mean.
How do you do that? You just give people a code and they have to put it in or what?
Yes.
All right. Well, I've never used Fandango codes.
I mean, you get your Fandangos out and the code arrives. Woo!
Okay. Well, there you go. If you got Fandango. What's a Fandango?
It's movies.
Unplug it, baby.
That's not a Fandango.
Oh, that's not a Fandango.
No, that's not. There's no code for that.
So Fandango's an app. You get your tickets through the Fandango app. Enter the code at the bottom, and it zeroes the balance out.
Get your Fandango code if you want to win a pair of Fandango codes to go see Predator Badlands. It's in theaters November the 7th. Caller number
9.
Caller number 9. 210-656-3776, 656 ESPN. Good luck. We're talking Spurs when we come back. Bam Adebayo, did he disrespect Wemby?
Here we go.
We'll hear from him when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
We've reached that time of year, boys and girls. The NBA is upon us, and there's no better way to get in on the action than with Underdog. Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, block parties, they are back. And playing on Underdog is so easy. You just pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on their stats. Points, rebounds, steals, blocks. You get your picks right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. I'm going to be looking at the Spurs early on, and I'm going with Victor Wembanyama, big man himself. Let's go higher on his blocks. I think it's a great way to start things off. Download the app today. Use promo code ALAMO. That's ALAMO, and you'll score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play for just $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've been representing people injured in traffic collisions here in San Antonio for more than 30 years. After a collision, I've spoken to many people who wanted to believe that the other driver's insurance company would be fair and they really didn't need an attorney. They thought that the insurance company would pay their medical bills and do the right thing. I wish that were true, but trying to go it alone is a big, big mistake. If you have been injured, please know the other driver's insurance company has adjusters and attorneys working against your interest. If insurance companies were trying to get to heaven, I'd be out of a job, gladly. That is just not the world we live in, though. Call me as soon as you can if you are injured in a traffic collision. I do not charge anything to review your case with you. I'll tell you what you need to do and what you should not do. If you want a smart and fair result, you'll need to make smart decisions along the way. And that is what I do. You and I will make smart decisions for you and your family, and we'll get justice and fair results. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first, then buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
It's Truck Month at North Park Chevy in Castroville. Buy a new 2026 Silverado 1500 Custom at the low price of $33,999, plus 2.9% financing for 72 months. Save $10,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Silverado Heavy Duty. Lease a new 2026 Colorado for only $299 a month. No dealer add-ons, and we deliver anywhere in Texas. Together, let's drive North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Many of the successes you've had began with a great opportunity. Now, here's another one. Get started on your degree or certificate in San Antonio. Choose from more than 135 degree and certificate programs, faster onboarding, and more from University of Maryland Global Campus. Get personalized local support services and take online or hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
If you've been injured in an accident, you know there's no shortage of attorneys who want your business. But when it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years. We've successfully represented thousands of injured Texans, earning over 12,000 five-star reviews on Google. So who is the right attorney for you? Just look at the numbers. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
The largest gun show in San Antonio is at the Shriner Auditorium this weekend. Texas Gun Shows is open this Friday from 4 to 7 p.m., 10 a.m. to 5 Saturday, and then 10 a.m. to 4 Sunday. Texas Gun Shows is at the Shriner Auditorium on 1604 this Friday through Sunday.
Oh, I bet Wimby is steaming mad after hearing what Bam Adebayo had to say about him.
Crazy.
Woo!
The disrespect.
He might put up 80 tonight. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. And
80, huh?
I'm just saying.
All right, people are losing their mind over these comments from Bam.
Look up to someone though like that much of a head tilt. I mean, have you faced many in your basketball career or any like that?
I mean, considering we had Boban in our league, people forget about Boban, Bol. Who else? Who else is a skyscraper? Brooke Lopez is a skyscraper. I mean, we have tall people in our league, so it's not I mean, I feel like the people that are holding the mics are more amazed at how tall he is over y'all than we are.
Well, he is taller than most reporters. I think all reporters. But, look, Bam Adebayo is one of those guys that I'm not sure that was disrespectful. But it's like, dude, there's a lot of tall guys in our league. So I've seen a lot of headlines.
But none as tall as this one.
Well, of course not. But I was talking to Pledge earlier during the break, and it's like Bam Adebayo is one of those guys that's an old school guy.
Yep.
And he plays kind of old school basketball. He'll get physical with Wimby if he has to, if he happens to be on him or however that shakes out tonight. This is not going to be an easy game for the Spurs to get their fifth and set a franchise record. I think they can win it, obviously, but the Miami Heat are no pushover.
Well, and this is true, although kind of said something similar with Toronto coming in for the last game, and the Spurs just kicked their ass.
Well, we did, but now we know Toronto sucks.
Because the Spurs kicked their ass?
Well, they've only won one game. That's how I know.
I mean, in the
I mean, I'm just stating
you
facts.
lost to those guys, you might suck.
No, I'm just stating facts.
They lost to San Antonio. They must suck.
The Toronto
That's
Raptors.
all anybody just heard.
They had only won one game going into that game as well.
I know, but
they're 1-4.
fact.
They've lost 4 in a row. So obviously they're not playing well.
They suck.
They
lost
suck.
to the Spurs. They suck. That's what you just said.
Not what I'm saying at all.
That's what everybody heard.
All I'm saying is Toronto's 1-4. They suck. They've lost 4 in a row. And it started with the Spurs, I think, or it was 1-2. Well, I don't know what it was.
Math is hard.
It is hard. Miami, on the other hand, Jason, is 3-1.
Uh-huh.
They've won 3 in a row. They come into the Frostbank Center hot. Winners of 3 straight. And, of course, the Spurs, winners of 4 in a row. They're hot, too. I'm just saying it's not going to be a pushover tonight. Spurs are going to have to play good basketball.
Yeah, well, but again, though, I mean, the Miami Heats might be a little bit sluggish tonight because NBA YoungBoy had his show last night at the Frostbank Center, and apparently they had to disinfect the locker room. Ira Widerman, who is a Miami Heat beat writer, tweeted out, for the 3rd time this season, the Heat are playing in an arena the night after an NBA YoungBoy concert, and it smells the same as the first 2. Locker rooms literally are closed here in San Antonio with signs they are being disinfected. Now, and again, he tweeted that when Miami was there for a shoot-around. They apparently couldn't go in the locker room because they were trying to get the weed smell out, which I find odd because I think half the league probably smokes weed. They're used to it.
These guys must have smoked a lot of weed. If both locker rooms are closed and being disinfected, that's a different story. They'll get that out. They've done that before. They know what they're doing. It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. What else was going on? I wonder what it smelled like, Ira.
Ira?
Ira White?
Oh, Ira.
That's his name.
Okay, Ira. Wow, Pledge. Is that, did you record that from home or what?
Maybe.
From home? Wait, what do you think he and Vic do between shows?
Oh, okay, from the studio in there, huh?
We just disinfect in between shows.
Gotcha. I'm looking forward to it, and I think this is Spurs got to win games like this. It's at home, and the schedule will get a little tougher for them.
It will, although because it hasn't been done before. Man, I hope they win tonight.
I do too.
Because, quite frankly, until you read it in the notes, the game notes, you would have thought that in the 50-plus year history of the Spurs, they would have had a 5-0 start, 8-0, 9. I mean,
especially with the teams they had.
Well, yeah. I mean, Greg Popovich has the highest winning percentage of all coaches, doesn't he? And he's got the career wins. It's on a banner hanging in the Frostbank Center that I'll see here in about 30 minutes. Right? I mean, they never started 5-0. That seems dumb.
What?
Like how?
It's not easy, Jason.
I mean, if you were on Jeopardy, and or one of those multiple guess questions, what's the win streak to start the season for the Spurs? I'm just guessing. 12. I don't know. They never
12-0.
Well, sure, to start a season.
Come on.
The Spurs,
at least 7.
I mean, they've won 60 games in a year before. They didn't start out winning their first 5 ever. It just seems odd.
You know how it is. With Pop, they never gelled until the rodeo road trip, and then they went off.
Yeah, well, they also won a whole lot of games before they left on the rodeo road trip, which is in February.
Dude.
I mean,
I'd be happy for these guys if they can get this done. I think it'd be great.
It would cut down the nets.
Cut down the nets.
Hong Kong commerce, maybe.
Well, look, it's been a while since we've been able to celebrate something.
Well, this is true.
I mean, we all celebrated Wemby. That went in the Rue Pub. Everybody was thrilled.
Oh, it was crazy.
And now it's coming to fruition. This guy is just playing on a different level, without a doubt, a different level. And I can't wait for Fox to get back and see what those two look like together. This team, they look good. It is early, but they look really good. early. 78 games left.
After tonight, how many?
77.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm keeping count.
Are you?
Well, I mean,
you sound like you're in prison just drawing days on the wall, little marks on the wall. How many days until this is over?
I see guys out there tweeting that Mitch Johnson is in the lead for Coach of the Year, and I'm like, can we just wait?
They go 5-0?
Yeah, can we just,
and then we'll make him Coach of the Year?
Can we just
wait?
Mean,
does he get Coach of the Month?
No, but the
he
odds,
might get Coach of the Month.
The odds on DraftKings or one of those things, Mitch Johnson's in the lead. So you ought to bet on it now.
Well, not now.
Well,
no, you should have before the season when it was like plus 200.
And I'm not saying he can't be Coach of the Year or won't be Coach of the Year. It's very well possible he may be.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying there's 78 games left.
You know what we do every Thursday about this time?
Want you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
We get you ready for the weekend. We call it What's on Tap, and it is brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint online, samsburgerjoint.com, where you can get your tickets, see their entire calendar, their menu. Go down there, get a great burger, some of those tater tots, and catch a show like Cam Allen tonight. Swayze on Friday night. Saturday night, Boys Don't Cry, a Cure experience.
All right. Tonight, we just talked about it. Spurs, Heat in the Frostbank Center. Green Hall tonight, Nick Taylor and friends. Floors Country Store, you got Pony Bradshaw. And, of course, those UTSA Roadrunners hosting the Tulane Green Wave inside the Alamodome tonight. Big sports night here in San Antonio. Boy, it'd be nice to be able to go down to an entertainment district downtown and have some fun and party with everybody.
Polls close in an hour, hour and 12 minutes. You got time.
That would be so much fun. Majestic Theater, The Outsiders. Tobin Center has Nurse Blake, but did you die?
But did you?
I'm still here.
You didn't
I think.
die.
Far as
great
I know,
nurse.
Far as I know, I'm still here, Jason. I don't know. Hey, Freeman Coliseum has the Gonzaga Medical Group Boo Fest. Whatever that is. I'm not sure what that is. Paper Tiger System of a Brown and Aaron Carlisle Bellel. I don't know. Anyway, the LOL Comedy Club has a comedian there.
Austin Meade Friday night out at Floors Country Store. Stable Hall at the Pearl has its 2000s Halloween party.
Wow.
Aztec Theater has Lamp, whatever that is. Tate McRae at the Moody Center. And whatever that comedian is that's out there at LOL tonight, he or she's going to be back there tomorrow night.
You know, I think Pledge pulled wings off of butterflies as a kid. Freeman Coliseum on Saturday night.
Good luck.
Palomazo Norteño. That was pretty damn good, I think.
If you say so.
That's pretty damn good. Green Hall on Saturday night, Mike Ryan. Cat Hasty is at Stable Hall at the Pearl on Saturday night. Aztec Theater has Martin Amini. We've been giving away tickets, so we got a lot of listeners going to that show on Saturday night. The Outsiders again at Majestic Theater. How about the B-52s and Devo?
Wow.
At the Germania Insurance Amphitheater on Saturday night. Man, that would be a fun show to go to. Well, the B-52s would be.
Well, you can also go to the Rah-Rah Room.
The Rah-Rah Room. Vorm King with Necroblade, God Butcher, and Demonic Knights. Jeez. Take your holy water with you, will you? And what's her name is at the LOL Comedy Club.
Oh, good Lord. Sunday. This is where Ryan Eagle's going to be at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall for the Texas Bridal and Wedding Expo.
I already got that all taken care of, buddy.
Wedding is still a couple weeks away. There might be something that you don't know you need that you might discover there. You should go.
I'm just fine.
Napkin holders.
Yeah, the wife can go. She might like that. I don't
Soul
know.
Sessions out at Green Hall. The Outsiders at Majestic. Leon Thomas at ACL. Alexandra Kay at the Vibes Event Center. And
oh boy.
What?
Go ahead.
I'm LOL on I guess whatever that is gone, and now it's going to be Drag Out Loud at the LOL Comedy Club.
Well, keep going. It's Divas de los Muertos.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't done yet.
Oh, sorry. I just helped you out.
Yeah, did you?
Monday at the Tobin Center, Black Violin Full Circle Tour. The Green Hall Rivertown Relics is out there, whatever that is. The Lonesome Rose. Where's the Lonesome Rose?
I don't know.
The hell is that?
Where is the Lonesome Rose?
Well, be careful if you go there because Acid Mother's Temple plus the Max and Shiva's medicine chest. Holy cow. Where the hell is the Lonesome Rose, Pledge?
I don't know. Somebody will let us know. Of course, Monday, come hang out with us, the Blitz, live at the Rue Pub at 281 and Redland Road. We'll be out there 2 to 6, getting you ready for Monday Night Football. Cowboys and Cardinals Monday night. Tuesday, I wonder if my kid's going to surprise us again. Maroon 5 is going to be at the Moody Center.
Oh, wow.
Well, they opened this tour in Phoenix, so she's already seen this tour. But what's on tap? Brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint online, samsburgerjoint.com.
Lonesome Rose is on St. Mary's in between Grayson and Josephine.
Okay.
All right. Seems about right.
Sure. Is Joey's still down on St. Mary's Street?
Joey's is still there. Yeah, still there. Although I think the amp room closed.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I heard that Mashed. You know where Mashed is in the
yeah.
It's closing.
Yeah. Well, they're going to move. You know, the rent got too much, I think.
I bet it is, but still, that's not good. I used to like going over there.
Used to?
The moonshine.
I haven't been there in a while.
No,
and you wonder why they're out of business.
It's been a couple weeks, probably.
Yeah. You know, it's like Good Time Charlie's closed. They didn't even tell anybody. Everybody went, oh, that sucks. Haven't been there in 5 years, though.
I know it. You go for a good chicken fried steak at Good Time Charlie's.
Absolutely. You can't now.
They didn't even mind the gravy and ketchup. It was awesome.
Well, everybody minds it, but if you pay them, they'll take your money.
Yeah, well, sure they will, and they'll bring me ketchup with my gravy.
And give you funny looks.
Well, it's all right. I don't give a damn.
I know you don't.
I'm like Jerry Jones in that respect. Doesn't matter.
I mean, you say that. If you're heading to the UTSA game, be loud, because their coach says that UTSA pipes in music, which is just stupid.
Crowd noise.
Or crowd noise.
Yeah. It's dumb. Why would a coach say something like that? And then you go, I don't think that's legal, but nobody investigating.
Yeah.
What a donkey.
Yeah.
That dude. Yeah, I really hope Tulane gets their asses handed to them tonight.
I do, too. And quite frankly, Jeff Traylor needs this win.
Yes.
This program needs this win. They've been dominant at home. The concern is they're going to get boat raced again. And if that happens, whoa. But I just don't see that happening. I think UTSA has a hell of a game tonight.
It is. Well, I hope so. And they usually do play well inside the Alamodome. Last I saw, they were a 5.5-point dog.
Yeah.
Inside the dome, which is, I bet you that hadn't happened very often, being a 5.5-point dog. Pledge, you got a show? Wow. They're going to let Pledge talk on the radio tonight. Extra innings with Pledger coming up next here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The Morning Huddle will get you started bright and early, 6 o'clock. AJ and Rob and Minix and I will be out at Hero Stadium tomorrow afternoon. It is a football Friday. We'll get you started at 2. In the meantime, have a great night, everybody.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1